It's part two, baby. It's our Friday being Saturday. That's what it's called. And we are out here at Hialeah Park. Yes, rocking and rolling. And we'll be out here for a couple of hours. We'll be out here for 3 hours. Having some fun. We'll be, we got, Chris Perkins at 1:30. We've got Steve Calabro joining us at 3 o'clock. At 3:30, George Vicens, the Miami Dolphins president for Phoenix, the Miami Dolphins fans of Phoenix, that community will be chiming in with us today because we do that every Friday. We go around the world and we talk to a different Dolphins president, Dolphin Club president. But remember, we were traveling back from the Senior Bowl on Friday, so we didn't have a regular show. We did post a short podcast for you on Friday, so we were able to squeeze out a little bit for you there and a show too. So while we were doing all of that, we then pushed our Friday to Saturday, and our Thursday, which normally we're at Toyota of Hollywood, is now on Sunday this week. So tomorrow we'll be at Toyota of Hollywood for a few hours having some fun and talking all kinds of sports and all kinds of stuff. So if you want to come on by, the poker room is packed. I mean, it's normally packed, but it's like really packed right now. The poker room here on a beautiful Saturday midday. So we'll have some fun out here, and you can come on by. I'm actually watching the replay. They've got the replay of the Clippers Heat game out there. So she can set it over here. You can set it over here. And so we'll get to our sandwich. Thank you very much. And we'll have a little fun out here at Hialeah Park. And so I'm seeing that they've got the Clipper Heat game, which was depressing last night that they won, but it's not the end of the world. We talked a little bit about it in the first show over at Craig Zinn Acura Pembroke Pines. You can always download it. As always, remember the podcast is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we see people download it all times of the day and night, so we appreciate it immensely, as always. And remember, whenever you're listening to the program, you can, and, we hit a nerve. Something makes you think, makes you laugh, you want to react, you hate me, you love me, whatever it is. You want to give all the props to Bill for putting everything together. Whatever you want to do, you can do it on the accidentlawfirm.com text line at 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. And that's anytime. And, I check it throughout the day and night, and you never know when you're going to get a response from me, but you'll get a response from me. Either I'll read it on air or I'll respond to it. One way or another, I'll respond to it. You'll get a response. So we put out the segments. If you didn't listen to the show live and maybe you want to listen to the segments where we answer your questions, a lot of them are there on those segments. So we got a bunch of things to talk about. We thank all of you for watching, however it is, if you watch live or you watch on a pre-recorded. And remember to thumbs up always when you're watching the broadcast. Thumbs up there on the YouTube channel. We always love that. Always helps us. Let's see, we got Flipside Fishing, who's in, a man of 1,000 holds, 1,005 holds, says, welcome back. 6 times this week, Big O, you're the man. Emilio Nunez says, good afternoon, boys, from Fort Worth, Texas. Appreciate all of you chiming in from all over the country and the world sometimes. Sometimes we got people that are in Malaysia watching the show and tuning in. So it's always good, and we appreciate that as always. It does not go unnoticed, trust me. All the love, whether it's on YouTube channel, when you're reacting to it, which now I'm learning how to do that. Now I can start answering on the YouTube channel. Now I'm figuring all that stuff out too, because it's like another platform that people reach out to you. So you want to try to, connect as much as you can, as always. So we thank you. And on Twitter too, at Big O Show. So we got a lot of things to talk about here on the program today. And we talked a little bit about the Heat and their loss, and we talked about Dion Waiters. You can check that out on the first half of the podcast. Dolphins-wise, some news that comes in yesterday. They hired a new defensive backs coach, Gerald Alexander. He is the new D-backs coach out of the University of California. He coached at several stops: Indiana State, Arkansas State, Washington, Montana State before Cal, and now with the Miami Dolphins. Josh Boyer, who got elevated to defensive coordinator after Patrick Graham left to the Giants. So Boyer takes over as your D coordinator, and then you've got Gerald Alexander moving in as the D-backs coach. And listen, I got to give the coach the benefit of the doubt right now. I didn't know a lot of the coaches he brought in the first place, and they somehow won 5 games with very little talent. So they have earned, or he has earned the right for me to give him at least the benefit of the doubt here, because if I didn't know too much about your initial coaches, okay, and they did a decent job, now I don't know all the reasons behind the scenes. And we've talked about this before on the podcast. Maybe they felt Fitzpatrick was bailing out the offensive coordinator, and it wasn't really about him so much. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Okay? That's why I can't overreact one way or another. Now, I know Chan Gailey. I covered Chan Gailey. I watched him here personally. I've watched him coach in several other places. I'm not worried that he was out of football for 2 or 3 years. That doesn't mean that he's completely out of touch. It's not like the game has changed to a point that he can't figure it out. He's already coached elements and offenses that are currently in place right now in the NFL. So then he's not out of touch. So I can't react one way or another to the coaching changes. And now they add Gerald Alexander, and I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to tell you what I've told people many times, because I'll get the comment that, wow, well, he's moved around. He's coached at a lot of places. That's a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. That means people think he can do the job, and that's why they keep hiring him, because they obviously feel he's a very good coach and a good employee. So they're hiring him. And the fact that they're going to hire him now here and take him away from Cal, Flores must have followed something. He must have been guided by somebody else that he trusts that says, hey, this guy is good. Or he's been tracking him. I don't know what he does. Do you? I have no idea. But I know this. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And we'll see how. Hey, listen, I don't care what coaching change he makes. I expect the Dolphins to improve next year. How about you? I know I do. I need to see this trajectory. It can't be what's happened the last 20 years. We can't do that. We're not about that. Okay? So if it goes like this, something's wrong. But if it continues to go like this, then I'm fine. And that's what I'm going to say. Hey, wait and see approach. I do know this. You're getting 14 draft picks, possibly more. You're going to get help in free agency. You're going to get help in street free agency. I know this. Your team's supposed to be more talented next year. So if you want 5 streaming practice squad talent from around the NFL from week to week, then you should be able to win more. That's how I'm going to look at it. I don't know about you. I don't care what coaching change you made. Doesn't matter to me. You came in with a completely new staff. You don't even know the players, and you won 5 games. Well, I figured you now know the players more. You're going to get better talent now in the building. Some of your coaches are already established. You should be better. That's all I know. That's elementary thinking. So it doesn't matter what changes he's made. And for those of you overreacting one way or even overreacting in the other way, whether you think these changes are incredible or you think these changes are terrible, I'll stay neutral. I'll say, show me. Show me what they are. Now, what I do expect is improvement. That's all I care about. Right? You're a Dolphins fan. If you are, and you're watching and listening, that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Just win more games than you did this year. Don't pull a Manny Diaz. That's not acceptable. Manny Diaz was here last year. He knew the program. He should have won more games than they did last year. He failed. That's why his ass is on the hot seat now going into next season. So if you don't want the hot seat, and right now it should be, as the late Stuart Scott should say, his chair right now should be as cool as the other side of the pillow. Right now, everything is golden for Mr. Flores. So let's keep it that way. Keep improving, my brother. Whatever changes you made, they better be for the better. That's all. That's the way I would look at it if I'm a Dolphins fan. Don't overreact one way or the other. Just keep it going. By the way, it's Customer Appreciation Month at Craig Zinn's, Acura Pembroke Pines. And they've got some great deals going on right now. Take advantage of the lease features, 2020 models. The ILX is $209, the TLX is $249, the RDX is $339, the MDX $349, only $29.99 due at signing plus tax tag and registration, folks. And again, Customer Appreciation Month. Get on down to 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. And, of course, it's the finest dealership in the business, baby. Tell them that Big O sent you, and you will experience for yourself no better Acura dealership in the world than at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. By the way, we were there at Craig Zinn just a little while ago. And if you go to our Twitter page at Big O Show, you will see an NSX there. Let me see again, because it's a funky name, the color. It's like an orange. And it's not like it is, but let me see it here. Because it's a specific name it's got. It's thermal orange, and it's got an indigo interior. Okay? Awesome, man. That thing, let me tell you, it is worth the drive just to go over to Craig Zinn Acura just to see that NSX. It's like a little auto show that you got there in the showroom because they've got a bunch of killer cars there, but the NSX, wow. And that's a 2020, which they just started delivering those, and they got one of the first ones. That thing is out of this world. It is freaking awesome, right?
Is that thing still on order only?
Well, they always are. No, but that one, no.
You remember when they brought it back? Yeah. You had to order 2 years in advance.
Well, if you want one like in another color, if you don't want that one, then yeah, you're going to have to order it, doggy.
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. They
brought it back like Seinfeld. I remember Jerry Seinfeld ordered one. You had to pay in full up front and wait 2 years.
Well, no, it's not like that anymore, dude. No. They're available now. They only make a certain amount, and you can get it. But man, that thing is beautiful. Go to my Twitter page, okay? Check it out. I put a picture, and I did a video also showing you the exterior and the interior of the NSX. That thing is gorgeous, man. It's like I want to hit the Powerball. That's all. I hit the Powerball. I hit the lotto. I'm just going to look at my wife and say, hey, listen, I'm going to go to Craig Zinn for a couple minutes. I'll be right back, okay? And then I'll zoom back. That's it. She'll go, what are you doing? You'll see. And I would get that specific one that's right there. That one looks so awesome. I love it because I love the color because it's not a color that you're going to see a lot of. you know, and that's why I would like my XSE, from my Toyota Camry XSE. It's this I forgot the name of the blue that it is, or aquatic or something. It's something aquatic or something. It's freaking awesome, and it's not a normal color, and that's why I liked it so much. You know what I mean? Because I love the red, and I was going to get the red, but then I saw that color, and I was like, whoa, what is that? And that's what I ended up getting. I love getting a car that it's not in the common color. Despite the loss, the Heat are quite resilient. Hope Waiters has matured and learned from his mistakes. That would be nice, but somehow or another, I just don't think that's going to be the case. Jay chimes in. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jay. Thank you for chiming in. Go Gators is also chiming in, and we love you all for watching and tuning in on a beautiful Saturday. We'll be back tomorrow also from 11 to 3. So if you happen to be hanging out, driving around, home, relaxing, whatever it is, tune in, or, of course, download the program, man, anytime here. And always appreciate the amazing downloads that you guys are constantly giving us. Also, do want to remind you that the program is brought to you by VSS West Pines. And let me tell you something. For all of your CBD needs, whether we're talking from flower to tinctures to edibles, and that goes from chocolates to gummies to jelly beans to ice creams, women's face masks. My wife actually is using those. CBD topicals, Salve for pain, transdermal patches. Also, my wife has used that for one of her shoulder pains that she has. Go see Jason or Jose 2.0 or Sasha. All the great people at VSSWestPines.com. You can follow them on Facebook and Instagram at VSS West Pines. Hey, listen, if you're into rolling your own, the cigarillos, they've got them all for you. The largest selection, a wide variety out there. Rolling papers from raw to smoking. Hookahs, $19.99 and up. They've even got the Khalil Mamoon, which is very popular out there. And cleaners for pipes, dry herb vaporizers. They've got exotic snacks. You're going to love VSS West Pines, man. So many things. I need 2 hours to talk about it. We'll be broadcasting from there next week, too, which is going to be awesome. So VSS West Pines, check it out, and make sure you tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you at VSSWestPines.com. Like it. All right. If you want to get in, remember, you can always reach out to us on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there, as always. It's like a 24-hour talk show when we talk about Twitter. It really is. I'm telling you. All right, let's do this. Let's give you our NBA picks. Yesterday, we started off really slow. We had a really good night 2 nights ago when we went 3-1. Last night, we went with 9 picks against the spread. And, man, we struggled early on, I got to tell you. We lost the Toronto game, right? We ended up losing the Heat game. We took the Heat +2, all right, and that didn't work out, obviously. Chicago went completely into the tank. We took Chicago -2.5 and the over 219, and we lost on that. And then we started to pick it up. We got Houston -5.5, but we didn't get the under. We got Denver +4. We got OKC -10, although officially that line lowered to 8. So I took it at -10, and they still won. And I took Indy -6. So we stormed back in the second half of the night, and we ended up 4-5 against the number. So we're back to 500 for the year now against the number at 57-57. So it was a nice second half. But that first half was just absolutely brutal last night. So let's get into a little bit of what we got going on tonight. First of all, at 5 o'clock, our first game on the slate, Dallas is at Utah. And the Jazz, of course, the number 2 team in the conference, 4.5 games behind the Lakers. They've won 3 in a row. They're 9-1 in their last 10. Okay, and they're hosting a Dallas team that is 6-4 in their last 10. And when you talk about the Mavs, I'm still not convinced with their defense at times, but their offense is absolutely awesome. Right now, the Mavs are they're about 2.5 games behind I'm sorry, not 2.5 games. They're about 3 games behind the Utah Jazz in the standings. They average, this is the thing about the Mavs, they average 116 points. Utah averages 111 points. Now, Utah at home is pretty damn good, okay? That's the one thing that you like about them. That home, they're 17-3. Mavs on the road, that's where it would kind of blow you away. They're 15-5. 15-5. So Utah, while they're red hot, I like the Mavs offense. Their defense is not great, but they find a way to score, and Doncic is playing out of his mind. I'm actually going to take the dog in this one. I'm going to take Dallas plus 4.5 in this one. The over is 225, and I'm afraid this is an afternoon game. This is one of those games that they can come in. Remember, it's 5 o'clock for us. Out in Utah, I believe that it's a 2-hour difference, so it should be 3 o'clock over there. It's an early game for them. This is a game that could go in the under, but I just, because of the Dallas defense, I think they can score a lot of points in this game, and they could easily go over, so I'm kind of torn in this one both ways. I'm going to go Dallas plus 4.5 in this one. And I know they're weak at center, which kind of hurts them, and I know they just traded for Willie Cauley-Stein. But he's not going to be I mean, he'll help out on defense, but he's not going to be comfortable right now. But I like Dallas to at least keep it close and stay within that 4.5. Brooklyn, this is a really tough game. You can't trust Detroit. They're home. The over and under is 227.5. Brooklyn is favored on the road in Detroit by 2.5. I can't trust this game at all. Okay? But I'll tell you what I am going to trust in this game. I'm going to trust that they're going to go under 227.5. I think you're actually going to see a half-decent defensive game here, and I think they'll keep it at least under that number of 227.5, but I cannot in no way, shape, or form lay the points for Brooklyn or even take the points if you're Detroit. They have let me down so many times throughout the year. They're so it's just you really don't know how to get a good feel for it because they're not a good team. I mean, they're 17-29 right now. Okay? And they're taking on a Cavs team that is 12-33. I can't. I mean, I'm talking a Brooklyn team, I'm sorry, that is 18-25 and they've lost 5 in a row. I can't. Cavs, I don't know. Cavs are the next one. Chicago is at Cleveland. Cleveland is favored by 1.5. Now, Chicago played last night, and I believe Cleveland did not. And maybe that's the only reason why this thing is going to be at, where it's at right now at 1.5. I mean, if I had to lean to something, I would probably take Chicago in this one, but you can't trust them. So this is a game that I've got to stay away from. I got to stay away from the total 214 because it's right on the borderline of either way, and I cannot in any way, shape, or form lay the points or take them because these two teams cannot be trusted. OKC playing some good basketball. They are visiting Minnesota, the second worst team in the conference at 15-30. They've lost 8 in a row. Now, OKC, I like OKC. They've won 4 in a row. I like this game here. I think Now, OKC on the road is 12-10. They're nothing impressive, but Minnesota is actually 6-16 at home and 9-14 on the road. They are more comfortable on the road than they are at home. I got to go OKC here. I'm going to lay the 2, man. Hells to the yeah. Now, the over and under is 227. That number's a little too high for me to say under and a little too high for me to go in the over. I'm not comfortable with that total right now. Lakers. Lakers are favored by 4. They're at Philly. Remember Noah Embiid? I think he says he might be coming back next week. I like the Lakers here, man. I'm going to lay the 4. I've been taking advantage since Embiid has been out. I've been winning quite a few of these games against Philly in certain matchups. I've been able to take advantage of it. I think I'm going to be able to take advantage here. I'm going to go Lakers -4. Now, here's the caveat to this one, okay? I think Philly's going to be playing catch-up. I'm going over 218.5 in this one. So here are my 5 bets today in the NBA slate. I got Dallas plus 4.5 on the road in Utah. I got the under Brooklyn, Detroit, 227.5. I got OKC -2 on the road in Minnesota. I've got the Lakers -4 at Philadelphia. And I've got the over 218.5. Lakers-Philly. I think there's going to be some scoring in this game as the Philly Sixers are going to have to be playing a little catch-up. There you go. How about that? Those are my picks in the NBA slate. And I want to tell you a little bit about Toyota of Hollywood. We love talking about Toyota of Hollywood. 400,000 square feet. Have you walked that entire facility yet, Bill? Have you been able to do that?
When would I have time to do that?
Okay, I'm just checking.
I've walked to the Subway and the Italian place. I've gone to the bathroom, and I've used the service area.
There you go.
And that's about it.
There you go.
But I have not had the opportunity to go look at the plethora of vehicles they have. No.
Take the challenge. Take the Big O challenge. Go check out 400,000 square feet, over 1,500 cars and trucks. You want a selection? That's a selection. 1,500.
They get like 15 cars in the showroom.
Yes, yeah.
It's huge.
And several Supras, which, by the way, they don't have a lot of Supras in the country. They have a large selection of Supras. Compared to everybody else, they've got an enormous selection of Supras in different colors. You'd be lucky to get to another Toyota dealership that has one Supra. And that's the thing. Do you want to go to a dealership that's got a couple of Corollas, or you want a dealership that's got a boatload of Corollas and Camrys and Tundras and everything else and anything else that you're looking for? Get on down to Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealership. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you. 0% financing up to 72 months. They'll make your payments until 2021. They've got so many different programs. 1841. Listen, easy. North State Road 7. It's right a couple of blocks south of that big, beautiful guitar right off the turnpike. It's Toyota of Hollywood.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodsey now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodzie can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
All righty, we are back. And, we purposely moved the camera a little bit. I had to, scarf down, half my sandwich here, and I didn't want you guys, watching me while I'm eating. So I told Bill, hey, do me a favor, can you move this a little bit so I can actually eat? And scarf down my my lunch, so about half of my lunch, actually, because sandwich is so good here. Really, when you come out to Hialeah Park, you should treat yourself to some food because the food is absolutely phenomenal. And we're out here at Hialeah Park like we are every Friday normally, by the way. But the great people here at Hialeah Park have accommodated us because we were at the Senior Bowl this week. So we could not be at Toyota of Hollywood on Thursday. We could not be at Craig Zinn on Friday and at Hialeah Park on Friday. So today we just did Acura for a couple of hours. Now we're going to be here for a couple of hours. And then tomorrow it'll be our Thursday. Normally at Toyota of Hollywood, we'll be tomorrow and Sunday at Toyota of Hollywood to make up for Thursday and Friday since we were on the road.
Yeah, it's funny. Saturday turns into Friday and Sunday turns into Thursday.
It's
we're
a beautiful
going
thing.
Further back in the middle of the week.
It's a beautiful thing, but we're grinding and working as always.
We have Mr. Perkins for you, sir.
Speaking of a guy that I know grinds and works always, that is the Perk Man, Chris Perkins from The Athletic. He covers the Miami Dolphins for The Athletic. He was over at the Senior Bowl. We saw him there covering it for The Athletic. And, of course, you can follow him on Twitter at Chris Perk. Mr. Perkins, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for taking some time.
Hey, glad that you guys are having me. I am an hour away from watching the Senior Bowl on my phone because I'm an AT&T Uverse subscriber, and they've been in this big fight with NFL Network. I haven't had NFL Network for it's over a year, maybe a year and a half.
Wow.
I can't get it on my tablet. I can only get it on my phone when I log off of my home Wi-Fi. So. Yeah, that's what's in my future, man. Senior Bowl on the phone.
Wow, that's a trip right there that you're doing that, man. Holy moly!
Yeah. Well, it's first world problems, I admit, but I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it, though.
No, I feel you. I have it set to record at home, so when I get home, I'll end up watching it. So you were there this week with me and Bill out there, and all the rest of the contingent that we're covering all the NFL teams. First of all, your thoughts on what you saw this week. Was there a quarterback that caught your eye or a couple out there, Perk?
Well, for Miami Dolphins purposes, I will say that Justin Herbert looked good, but not good enough to be the number 5 pick. Jordan Love looked inconsistent, and I thought that the quarterbacks kind of went down after that. And, just from an overall standpoint, I don't think that I was really surprised by anything that I saw out there. Justin Herbert with the lively arm, he can make all the throws that you want him to make. The big thing about him is his leadership and personality and his assertiveness, and I didn't really get a sense of that out there. Jordan Love, one of the things that you heard about him was that he's got the lively arm and he's got everything that you need, but sometimes he misses on those slants and those intermediate routes. And you did see that a little bit. I thought Jordan was very inconsistent. Is either of them ready to start? Herbert, maybe. Jordan Love, from what I saw, I think a year or a half season even on the bench would benefit him greatly. But really, to me, none of the other quarterbacks really stood out as far as, first rounder or second rounder who could offer you some help right now. A couple of the guys maybe down the line, including Shea Patterson, maybe 4th or 5th round, and he could help you in a couple of years. But I really didn't see a whole lot that I didn't expect out of those quarterbacks.
No, I do like Love. I like what I saw from Love. I think he's a project. I don't take him in the first round. And I like the Gordon kid, too. I thought another project. Again, not even a second rounder in my book. Probably more of a third rounder is what I would take because he doesn't have the arm that Love and Herbert do. But Herbert scares the crap out of me, bro. He just scares the crap out of me because of the lack of maturity. And so that's the part that leaves me scratching. I actually like the Princeton kid as a project guy too in the East West Shrine game the week before. So all right, so you tell me, Chris Greer, what'd you come away from that press conference when he was addressing certain things, especially Tua?
I think they like Tua, and I still think that they would take him at number 5 if he's available. I think that would be a smart pick. It's funny. I still don't have a read on Brian Flores. I think I know Chris Greer a little more than Brian Flores, but look, we can look at flow from a number of different ways, not just from Minkah Fitzpatrick or some of the position changes like Bobby McCain from the slot to free safety. But you just look at like the Chad O'Shea and Chan Gailey and Kurt Kuntz, the high school coach that they hired. There's always something unexpected with him, and the handling of Josh Rosen. So, I really don't know what to expect from this team. And so when you ask me what about Greer, Chris Greer didn't say anything unexpected to me. He said that they kind of like Tua. He said they fully expect Ryan Fitzpatrick to be back. So there was nothing unexpected to me. I'm probably listening to Brian Flores more nowadays than I am to Chris Greer, because the funny thing here, Big O, is that during the owners' meetings, when Steve Ross was talking to us in Phoenix and whenever the owners' meetings were, I don't know, in May or whenever they were, he was telling us that he didn't want to listen to a coach anymore. He had listened to Philbin a little too much, he thought. He had listened to Gase a little too much, he thought. And I thought, that's great. This is this guy taking control of his franchise, but I think they're listening to Flo a whole lot, maybe even more than Greer. So, again, when you ask me about Greer, nothing unexpected. Flo spoke the day before, and I'm still trying to get a handle on Brian Flores, because just when you think he's going to zig, he zags. And look, 5-11 record and everything that he did, it's tough to doubt him, but some of the coaching changes, I'm going to say we'll see. I'll say we'll see. So that was really kind of my takeaway for the Dolphins from the week. Is I still don't have a good grasp on what they want to do offensively in the draft, in free agency, really anywhere on the team, coaching staff, nowhere. It's been a bunch of little surprises, I think.
Well, so basically what you're saying is that Flo is taking a page out of Belichick.
Yes. That's what I was saying. and you know what? And I'll also say this for Flo that we do say that a lot, but he is a lot different from Belichick, and we can start with player relations and things like that. But I do think that Flo is really a independent guy. He's young. He's only 38 years old, but he's not a Sean McVay young coach. And some of these others, LaFleur, and he doesn't really fit anybody's box. First time coaches of Frank Reich or Mike Vrabel or any of the real, the guys who are first time coaches hired in the last few years. I think Flo is kind of unique, and that's, Adam Gase kind of fit a box, right? He was an offensive-minded guy, and I think Flo is just a little bit different, and that's, to me, that's why I still don't have a good grasp on what he's trying to accomplish, or how he's trying to accomplish it. We know what he's trying to accomplish.
Chris Perkins, of course, from The Athletic, joining us, covering the Miami Dolphins on a daily basis, and, of course, you can follow him on Twitter at Chris Perk. Perkins, they just hired Gerald Alexander as the D-backs coach. And, I'm almost at the attitude of, man, I didn't know these coaches when they first got here, the first group.
Yep.
I don't know a lot of these guys except for Changeli. I actually like the Changeli hire because I know who Changeli is. I covered him, and I was actually a beat guy when he was, here and all that stuff. So I like the hire. I don't believe that being 3 years out of football makes a difference because everything that they're running now, they were running 3 years ago, and he's run spread, and he's run all kinds of offenses, and football really hasn't changed. So to me, I'm just not the guy that's going to go crazy on the guys they fired or the guys they hired because I don't know enough about any of this. I don't know enough about what happened behind the scenes. And so there's got to be a rhyme or a reason to all of this, even though it does look somewhat awkward when you see a high school coach and a guy that's been retired for 3 years and those kind of things. It isn't normal, but it's hard for me to overreact on any of it either way, positive or negative. Your thoughts on all of this?
No, I agree with that 100%. And as I said, I'm just still trying to figure it out. Like, the Pat Flaherty firing, before training camp starts. It's just, there are just a bunch of things here where you just look and you go, what in the world is going on here? Why are you making all of these moves? But yeah, look, the coaching staff thing, I agree with you. I don't know enough about these guys. To me, like the first couple of years under a coach, that's where you kind of learn who they are and how they think. And that's what we're doing with this organization with Chris Grier as the strong GM, I guess, for lack of a better term, that he's not sharing power with a Don Aponte or Joe Philbin or whoever. He is a strong GM and Flo is a strong coach, and so let's see what this administration, what this set of power does, and how they go about things. But it's just been a bit unconventional. Not wrong, just a bit unconventional. Again, I don't know that anybody in the media has a good feel for what Flo is going to do next. Whether we're talking free agency, the draft. I mean, name one person who would have got one of these coaching hires correct, right? I mean,
nobody.
You couldn't predict. Yeah, you couldn't predict any of it. So, it puts some fun and some adventure into it, and it also makes it important, for people like you and me to be at the Senior Bowl and to talk to him at other times so that we can look him face to face and ask the questions that we want to ask. And because actions are one thing, but, attitude and the way you deliver a message and just kind of seeing body language and all that kind of stuff, it helps. It helps to kind of interpret what's going on there, kind of reading between the lines. So, yeah, we're still in a feeling out process of this whole administration, but every move, actually, I was going to say every move gets us closer to a conclusion, but I don't know. I didn't see Changeli coming, so it's been interesting so far.
Chris Perkins, of course, from The Athletic, joining us, and he covers the Miami Dolphins on a daily basis. And, of course, the Big O Show proudly brought to you by Caneswear, Miami Fanwear. Visit them at 2511 South University Drive in Davie. You order over $99, you will get free shipping at caneswear.com. Chris, all right, we talk a little draft here. When you started looking at the wide receivers in the Senior Bowl, because I saw them at the East-West and at the Senior Bowl. This may be the largest set of wide receivers I have ever seen in my life. And the last 2 weeks, I was so impressed with some of the guys that I've seen. I'm going, I was thinking at first receiver isn't a priority, but when you've got 14 picks and you've got a lot of really good receivers coming into this league, I think Miami should actually dabble in one of those cats.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. I'm nothing against Devontae and Gesicki, but I'm not a believer yet. They both had really good seasons, but same with Preston Williams for the whatever 8 games he played. I can't count on them until I see them do it in back-to-back years or 2 out of 2 years in a 3-year stretch. That's how I am for most players. That I can't count on you until I see you do it again. So, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing them take Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb at number 5. I really wouldn't. But as far as the guys we saw at the Senior Bowl, the kid from Baylor was really good. The kid from SMU was really good. Pittman was okay from USC. The Duvernay kid from Texas seemed pretty good also.
Florida. Van
Jefferson.
Van Jefferson. Sean Jefferson's kid. He looked great.
Yep.
I like him.
Right. Yeah. So that's he's Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, correct. Yeah. There's some really good receivers. So if I'm the Dolphins, I would definitely take a receiver because look, you don't know how Albert Wilson is going to be. You don't know how Jakeem Grant is going to be. Look, you don't know how Preston Williams is going to be, and I'm talking health wise,
right?
With those guys, not necessarily even performance wise. So Allen Hines is okay. I mean, they've got a decent crop, but look, things happen during the season, right? I mean, look at how they started out at running back last year, and fantasy people are going crazy. Is Kalen Blige or Kenyon Drake going to get the most touches? Well, as the season wore on, it turned out not to be a factor. So, receiver is just one of those positions where you can't have enough talent. So, and even if they don't take a receiver at number 5, which, I have my doubts that that'll happen. But, again, if it's Judy or Lamb, bring them on. But, and I could see them taking a receiver in the first 4 rounds, even with all their other needs. There are some good receivers out there, and somebody's going to be available.
Chris Perkins, of course, from The Athletic, joining us, talking a little Miami Dolphins as the Dolphins get ready for a little draft. So, Perk, just in case I don't have you on next week, what are you thinking in the Super Bowl, my brother? Where are you leaning since we're going to be all Super Bowl heavy this coming week?
Man, you know what? I actually haven't even thought about who I'm going to take in that game. Kansas City is just so hard to stop, man. A team that can score like that and score in bunches, they're just so hard to stop. San Francisco with that great front, that's a great match. But I think I'm gonna go for I'm gonna say Kansas City, and boy, I don't know, score. I would say, let's say 32-27. How's that?
I like it. And one more thing before I let you go. I would imagine that the guy that's the happiest this week, and not because he's making money, because obviously he's always making money, but that's Stephen Ross, because he was so, while a lot of us were worried about, hey, why don't you worry about the Dolphins and all of that stuff, he and his people and Tom Garfinkel were, we need to improve that facility. And because we want it to be world-class, and their vision has extremely paid off, my brother. It's national championship playoff games, it's Super Bowl, it's Formula One, it's tennis, it's concerts. It really is, and the practice facilities coming soon. But it's really amazing that the vision that they had and how they have really turned that place into a multifaceted entertainment destination.
Yeah, it is amazing, and really, the only bad thing is that there's not enough land or real estate to build a whole complex to get people out there and keep them out there. Because you look for the Super Bowl, and nobody's going to hang out in Miami Gardens. There's just, and that's not a rip on Miami Gardens, but there's just no business out there, right? Everybody's going to South Beach, and that's where the NFL experience is, and everything like that. And I think that the previous Super Bowl, it was a Dave Broward thing, if I remember correctly. But I would say other than that, and that's not Steve Ross's fault that you can't build like a hotel and an entertainment complex and nightclubs right there at the stadium to keep people right there. But a smashing success, great foresight, great vision, even things like that pedestrian bridge, which does great wonders for the game day traffic, that you don't have to sit there and wait for people on foot to cross the street. They go over the bridge, and
how about the tunnel?
How
about the tunnel inside?
The tunnel.
It's ridiculous. I mean, come on.
All that stuff they've done, and that's the extra stuff, because you recall before when they were making the stadium improvements, or before they made the improvements, Steve Ross went to the NFL and said, what do we need to do? And they told him all kinds of things. Like one of the things they needed better lighting for HD TV. And so all those things, but in addition to that, the improved concessions and all that kind of stuff. So great job by Steve Ross, man. I look, you can say whatever you want about Steve Ross, but I do think he's the type of front from the standpoint his wallet is open and he lets the football people make football decisions.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Well, what do you think about that story that they were saying that, he wants, what's it called? He wants Herbert. No, I'm sorry. He wants
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Are we going to get into a ridiculous story just like the Lamar thing when he really didn't want Lamar? It was just a story that Chris Greer, him and Gase, like Lamar, the human being. They weren't on board for Lamar, the quarterback. That was never a true story, yet that narrative carried all the way until it was finally, unearthed. Are we going to do the same thing now with Stephen Ross and Joe Burrow?
I'm not. You know what? And I will tell you this, Big O. I acknowledge nobody has gotten anything from anybody in the Dolphins organization about who they like. On the record, off the record,
exactly.
Overheard, just there's been nothing so far. So no, I'm not going to buy into any of this stuff. That's just not even getting into the price tag. I mean, that would just be an enormous comment. If you're Cincinnati, what are you gonna charge somebody to take your franchise quarterback away?
And
right?
you know what, Perk? If you do all this trading and you trade up to go get him and you give up all those picks, then why the hell did you do all of this in the offseason to collect all those picks? Because the plan is really to draft a quarterback and have that plethora of picks to surround him with talent. But if you're going to trade all those picks for the one guy and then you have nothing to surround him, then it ends up becoming Andrew Luck, and you'll just bury him with injuries, and then he'll just want to walk away from the game, and it's over.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. No, I agree. So, but again, I will get back to one of my first points. So we are still learning this, this administration. I doubt that they would give. Cincinnati's they would. Let's just say they ask at least 3 firsts, right? Mm-hmm. 3 firsts and a second, whatever the crazy price would be. I doubt this administration would pay it because I think that Flo and Greer look at building the team evenly, and they've said this they said this about free agents, as opposed to paying one player that much money. Let's build evenly. I do think that's still their philosophy, and that's the way that they kind of approach things. So I would be absolutely shocked on a couple of levels if that turned out to be true.
Perk, what are you working at The Athletic so folks can go check you out there at The Athletic?
Oh, Big O. I'm trying to I'm under so much pressure right now. I'm getting knee replacement surgery on Tuesday, so I've got a couple of Super Bowl stories that I'm trying to wrap up before then, man. So one is on, non-game Super Bowl memories, and I'll tell you, Dan Morgan, obviously from UM and Terravella High School, played for Carolina Panthers. He said John Fox took them to a remote hotel on Saturday night, the night before the game, and he goes, we're just driving down this remote highway, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's these 2 women on the side of the road. They flashed the bus. And he goes, everybody was just stunned. I said, did anybody cheer or anything? He goes, no, everybody was just stunned. It was like we were in the middle of nowhere. The bus was coming. I was like, oh, dude, that's great. So, yeah, so that's one of the things I'm trying to rush and get done.
I love it. Knee replacement surgery, my brother. Wow. Man.
Yeah.
What?
There you go. I've had no ACL and no cartilage in my right knee for like 10 years, man, and so now it's just time to get it replaced, man.
Well, hey, look, 20 years of running the ball in the NFL, and it takes wear and tear, Perk. It's about time.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, I squandered all my money, and I have to work for the Athletic. But other than that, hey, right?
It's a beautiful thing. There you go.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Perk, you're the
Yes.
best. Thank you for taking some time, my man. Talking little Dolphins.
All
man.
right.
You're the best. Thank you.
Always good, Big O.
You got it.
Enjoy.
There you go. The man, Chris Perkins. Gotta love it from The Athletic. He's so good. I didn't know he needed knee replacement surgery. My Lord, he hasn't had ligaments or cartilage in that knee. That is crazy, dude.
That day when you went down there, man, and you came back up, and you're like, I just saw Perk. And I'm like, dude, that's one of the people I really was looking forward to meeting, man.
Yeah. Well, actually, I met Lisa Johnson for the first time. She was there also covering the Dolphins. She was out here at the Senior Bowl, and I've gone back and forth with Lisa for a while now on Twitter. So it was good to meet her, actually. So, yeah, she was down there hanging out with Perk, and, we were talking with several people.
I told him I'm the mushroom of the group. I'm kept in the dark and fed the BS.
It's just the way things were set up this year was a little different.
You know what? It actually, man, we were very fortunate.
Yes.
That was fantastic.
No, it was great.
Vic was awesome, man.
No doubt.
Hooked us up.
It was awesome. We do want to remind you that the Big O Show is proudly brought to you by Pallet Rack City. Eddie Pereira. Hey, don't you love a great rack? I love a great rack. Great racks are awesome. They look fantastic, and they'll look good in your business. Any rack looks great, right? A great rack. So if your warehouse is, out of sorts, it's unorganized, boxes are all on top of each other, you need a rack. You need many racks. Go to Pallet Rack City. Call Eddie Pereira right now. Tell him that I sent you. 305-887-9212. They buy and sell new and used pallet racking, and they are your one-stop shop for all and anything and everything you need for your warehouse. You want a great rack? You go to Pallet Rack City, 305-887-9212. It's Pallet Rack City.
Plus tax, tech title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit. Offers end 11/10/19. Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SET, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodsey now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodsey can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorocktillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorocktillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
We are back here at Hialeah Park, baby. Poker room. Whenever I come back, I get everybody's attention. They all look back at me. What the hell is that guy doing? Why is he screaming? Why is he talking so loud? I'm playing poker. You're breaking my concentration. You know, that kind of stuff. So they're all there. They're all having fun.
Exactly.
People are playing poker. They got their food. They're getting massages. We've got the games going on, a little college basketball. The Pegasus is going on at Gulfstream Park. We can wager at that. It's a beautiful thing. So many things are going on, and you can do it all here at Hialeah Park, baby. Go to hialeahpark.com. Check it out for yourself. No better place to hang out than here, man. And listen, you come here at night, like tonight and last night, you bring that special somebody. They've got the DJs downstairs playing the music. You can dance a little bit. They've got over 900 gaming machines. It's a no-smoking facility. So whenever you're gaming, there's nobody blowing smoke in your face or anything like that. Now, they've got the smoking hot slots outside. So they've got an area, and it's ventilated and everything. They got some it's not AC, but some fans with cooling air that's coming through it. So it's not hot out there, although today's not even a hot day anyways.
You can even check out the racetrack.
That's right. You see the beautiful
Legendary
racetrack. That's right. That's right. So you can do all of that here at Hialeah Park, man. I'm telling you. So come on out here. Check it out for yourself. HialeahPark.com is the website. All right. Antonio Brown. Let's get into this clown, right? And, I mean, we've talked about Antonio Brown several times. But, you know, I figured yesterday, with everything that's gone on, I wanted to point out a couple things about this idiot. And why, look, we know that he's probably, you know, back crap crazy, right? I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. But, yes, 2 days ago, when you watch him turn himself in and then, you know, get out, he's got this, what was it, like a lime green suit or something? And it's got this patch on the side of it with the heart and an arrow and all this. And here's a guy that goes to court looking like that. Okay? That tells you how much he doesn't even take this seriously. And all of this that's going on has not registered in this guy's mind that this is something serious. His lawyers, Eric Schwartzreich, first of all, he's the one now, and we're going to hear his soundbite, talking about how he feels that Brown is a stable person, basically, right? That he's not crazy. Let's hear from Mr. Schwartzreich.
I don't think there's any mental health issues with him. Antonio Brown's life right now is a reality show. That's what it is. He is misinterpreted and misunderstood. He is not guilty of these charges. He did not commit a felony battery. And what happened in this case, when all the facts come out, you're going to see that he will be vindicated and he will be found not guilty.
Now, listen, every lawyer says their client's not guilty. even if the murderer had the knife in his hand, he was caught on video, and they caught him slicing 8 heads off, and then he was just standing there with the knife, and he will still say, no, my client's not guilty. He didn't do it.
That's their job.
Right. So you look at it, and he has got this going on, right, that he says, okay, this guy's not crazy, right? And now you've got Lauren Berkeley talking about, well, the charges.
He's overcharged. That's the bottom line. They overcharged him. So once a thorough investigation is done, we believe that the charges filed will most likely be very different than where they stand right now.
Now, he's not saying that he's not guilty. That's what I like about Lauren. Lauren says he's overcharged. And when the new charges come, they won't reflect these. So in other words, they're going to try to plea bargain and get down and try to get something else done or whatever. But the other guy, it's funny because, you know, he hasn't done anything. He's not crazy. And all the stuff that we see is crazy. Everything is crazy. Crazy is throwing furniture out of your 14-story building and almost killing a child. Crazy is, well, you've got an artist painting something in your house, and let me try to hit on her by showing up naked with a hand towel covering my privates, because that's what's going to get her to, have sex with me. Crazy is throwing penis gummy bears at your ex. Crazy is calling the Hollywood police N-words and all kinds of stuff while you're filming it yourself and posting it on your own social media website, burying yourself. Okay? I mean, I could just go on and on and on and talk about crazy is showing up to court in a green suit.
Don't forget cussing them out and then trying to make a donation to the
Crazy is ripping an owner of a team and then trying to apologize for it. And then crazy is wanting to then get back on that team after you rip the owner. I mean, this guy is crazy at every level. But he hasn't learned anything. And I'll give you another example of how AB is what he is, and this is going to end tragically. Okay? Let's listen to Antonio Brown leaving the court and who he's talking to while he's walking out, somebody that's on his side, supposedly.
It's been a strange.
Get the car, bro. I don't need you acting like my chaperone. Get the car.
That's all he has around him. That's all he has around him. Do, boys. That's it. Get in the car, man. Don't act like you're my chaperone. He doesn't. The lawyer, I'm sure the lawyer, those two lawyers, they're just taking the money, dude. They're taking the money. They're taking the fame that comes with this case, because you're going to get it. All of a sudden now, Schwartzreich and Berkeley are going to be everywhere now because of this clown. I hope they got their money up front, by the way. But anyway, those guys know. I mean, so you sat down with your client, and when the judge talked about mental health, how's he going to approach that? Is AB going to be the guy that goes out there and acts like he's trying to get, mentally healthy again? Like whenever he's doing because he probably thinks that he's going to sit down with the shrink and then he's going to fool the shrink into thinking that he's sane. Seriously. That's what this guy's going to do. He's going to go in there and go, oh, yeah, I'll just do everything they say, and I'll make them think that I'm normal, and since I am normal. So he's going to be thinking crazy about acting normal to then fool people that he's not crazy. Come on, man. But this is what he has around him, and it's what I've been telling you for a while now. He doesn't have anybody around him that actually loves him, cares about him, and wants what's best for him. And he clearly has never kept those kind of people around because he doesn't want to. He wants the people around him that are going to take orders, just like his lawyers. Okay? Because I'm sure Drew Rosenhaus, as much as he is the agent of morons in the NFL, I would bet my life on it that even Drew Rosenhaus didn't look at him completely like a commission and said, yo, AB, you need some help. You've got to check yourself. You're hurting yourself. You're not going to get back in the league. And I'm sure Drew did that because he knows that he's not going to get any more commission from the guy if he doesn't get his ass back on track. And even Drew Rosenhaus gave up on the guy. When Drew Rosenhaus gives up on you, that's bad, dude. Because he hangs on to every single client, no matter what kind of a knucklehead his clients are. And let me tell you, nobody has more idiots. Nobody represents more idiots than Drew Rosenhaus. I mean, that should be his slogan. I'm the agent for idiots. Call me. If you're a moron, I'm ready to represent you. Drew Rosenhaus, Rosenhaus Sports. Okay? But this is what we're talking about. This is a guy that has not learned a damn thing at all. And you can tell. It's the suit. It's running like a clown away from everybody. It's not even knowing where your car is at and then having to double back. It's talking about his hanger-ons. It's talking his lawyer coming out immediately saying, oh, there are no mental health issues here. You know what? Maybe you shouldn't even talk about that. You should just make your statement. Don't mention it so you don't even look like an idiot saying it. Because I get it. You're the attorney, so you've got to say it. When your client's guilty, you're not going to say he's guilty. You're going to say he's innocent because that's what you're getting paid to do. There's plenty of mental health instability in this man's life. And the sad part is he doesn't know it. He's not aware of it. And the crap won't hit the fan until he's completely broke, has no options, and then he finds himself in a hospital against his will. Because remember, right now, he's getting saved because he has money. Money will save anybody, okay? Doesn't matter who you are, the money will make it better for you one way or another. Even if you're guilty, you won't pay as bad a crime just because you got money. And you'll get some kind of a lesser crime or lesser charge, or you'll be put in a place that won't be as bad as the other places or whatever. But somehow or another, you're going to get some kind of preferential treatment. And right now, that's what he's getting away with. But unfortunately, he doesn't realize that he has lost a lot of that preferential treatment. He's now surviving solely on money, no longer on fame anymore, because that's the way people are looking at him now. And eventually, when that money runs out, and it will, he's going to be broke very soon. That guy, think about what he just spent on that suit to go to court. Just to make a statement or whatever, that clown suit that he had on, that thing probably cost several $100, maybe $1,000. And to him, it's nothing because he thinks that he's going to be in the NFL again next year, making $20 million a year. He has no agent, probably no lawyer that really knows anything about sports at the moment, but he probably has a couple of hanger-ons that are going, yeah, man, don't worry about it. You'll get through all of this, and you'll be in the league next year, AB. You'll be going to the Pro Bowl. That's the sad part in that guy's life. He's got nobody, dude, that he can count on.
He still has a lot of fame. He's the #1 downloaded Google athlete of 2019, man.
There you go.
It's good to be bat crap crazy.
That'll get you really far. It's amazing. Really is, dude. One guy that just
Do you remember the statement
doesn't
he made?
get it.
You remember the statement he made about wanting to be an example for the kids? Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
You think of some of the things that he said, and it's like, as he sits there cussing out the cops.
It's crazy. He's crazy. That's all it is. The guy is crazy, and he needs serious help. But unfortunately, the money is a barrier at this point, and you can't reach him, and he has nobody that can reach him, and that's going to be the problem for a while now, until that money runs out, or some of these charges end up sticking, and then he ends up paying another price, which is jail time.
This is one of those problems, like an addiction, whatever. You have to want to get help. You have to admit, I need help. Until you get there, you know what? It's not gonna do anything. It's bullcrap. You gotta want it. You gotta admit it. You gotta say, I need help. That's the first step.
And right there, you see that he is not admitting it, and he feels like he doesn't need any help whatsoever. And that's why you're getting that. Don't forget that the program is brought to you by Choice Mortgage Bank. Call Michael Kodsey right now. We can get you into state rates under 3.5% right now. So take advantage before those rates start going back up again. Call them right now, and they do it all: wholesale, conventional, residential loans, condo loans, reverse mortgages, jumbo loans, FHA, VA loans. Nobody's going to fight harder for you. And I'm telling you, tell them that Big O sent you. Yeah, listen, tell him, because the owner's answering his own cell number, 561-441-2730, and don't let those other mortgage companies give you the runaround, or if your bank's declined you. Call Choice Mortgage Bank. They do it all. 561-441-2730 for Choice Mortgage Bank. All right, let's talk a little baseball scandal. You got a little Dallas Keuchel for me there, and a little Mike Fiers. I want to show you extremes of cowardness and a man. Okay, you are going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. The biggest part is that we address them. We make sure that we understand we made the mistake, and that we try to correct it, right? That's the best that we can do when we have made that mistake. The worst thing you can do is lie to yourself, lie to others, be ignorant about it, refuse to fix it, refuse to address it, and you get a little bit, or running and hiding from the problem. That's what a lot of other people do. So yesterday, we had a couple of players address the baseball cheating scandal. And first of all, let's go with what a man should do, at least in this situation. Dallas Keuchel, okay? Obviously, he was on that Astros team that won that championship a couple of years ago. And so he addressed the media talking about how others were involved in this, just like they were. Go ahead, Mr. Preston. Play it. Okay. All right. All right.
You sort of take a deep breath knowing that a lot of scrutiny and attention was coming, or has this taken you by surprise to some extent?
Hey, listen, I appreciate the question. I just...
that's Mike
I'm not
Fiers,
talking about that right now.
Mike Fiers.
I'll talk about baseball. I'll talk about
Turn it off.
My team moving forward.
Turn it off. Dallas Keuchel, bro.
I can tell you that not every game there was signs being stolen. Some guys did a really good job, and sometimes we did as a group have signs, but we still couldn't hit the pitcher. So it wasn't like every game we had everything going on. So at that point, that's when the whole system, it really worked a little bit, but at the same time there was a human element where some guys were better than our hitters.
All right, that was Dallas talking about we weren't always cheating. Play the other cut when he says about everybody else also cheating.
You know, it is what it is, and it just happened to come out that Mike said something, and who knows? I mean, I don't think anybody else is going to come out and say something from other teams.
Wrong cut
see
again.
What happens now?
All right, can we play the other one? The one I wanted initially. We've played every other soundbite except the one I wanted initially. Everyone else cheats. Why not? All right. Well, anyway, so Keuchel basically comes out and says, "Hey, look, that's the state of baseball that we were in, and that others are doing." Kind of almost that part I didn't like. That he kind of almost made it sound like, well, that's how baseball is at that moment. That everybody else almost was doing it. You got it?
It's just what the state of baseball was at that point in time. Was it against the rules? Yes, it was. And, I personally am sorry for what's come about, the whole situation. But it is what it is, and we got to move past that. So I never thought anything would have come like it did, and I myself am sorry, but we got to move on.
I give him credit as a man for at least apologizing, also pretty much admitting that you were cheating. You know what I mean? And remember, baseball and the MLBPA came to an agreement of immunity if they gave an honest, account of what went on. And at least you're getting some of that from Dallas Keuchel, that he admitted that they cheated. He apologized. Now, this whole thing about, that's how baseball was, and we've got to move on, that's a bunch of crap, okay?
Didn't the baseball players get immunity for being honest?
I just said that, my brother.
Okay.
They did not agree to do that, okay? And so you look at what's going on with the players' union, and they get this whole thing, right? Now, all they want to do is really sweep all of this under the rug. That's what Dallas Keuchel wants to do. That's what Mike Fiers wants to do. They want to move on from all of this. That's what all these other players want to do, okay? And so you look at it, and this is the part that just bothers me personally, okay? Play the Mike Fiers cut now. Here's Mike Fiers. We played Alex Bregman last week. Okay, and his coward ass. Let's hear from Mike Fiers. Go ahead. No, it's only one. I only have one Mike Fiers. You played it. You just played it before. It was the first one you played. It was a question and answer. We'll try to get it for you. All right, so do we have it? All right. We'll try to get it here.
You sort of take a deep breath knowing that a lot of scrutiny and attention was coming, or has this taken you by surprise to some extent?
Hey, listen, I appreciate the question. I'm not talking about that right now. I'll talk about baseball. I'll talk about, my team moving forward, but right now, just trying to focus on, this team and not the best.
You're a coward, bro. You're a stinking coward, Mike Fiers. Bro, why'd you open your mouth then? You got the mouth to start and open and talk about the cheating scandal and rat everybody else out, right? And that you're sick and tired of all of this stuff and everything else going on. You benefited from all of this. So now that you're not benefiting, now you want to dodge it. At least Dallas Keuchel was admitting of it and said, hey, I screwed up. I'm part of it. Yeah, we cheated. And whatever excuse he wants to play, we didn't cheat every day, and sometimes we couldn't overcome it, and, the human element and all that. Whatever, bro. I don't care about that. But at least, to a certain extent, Dallas Keuchel came out and said, yeah, man, we screwed up. We cheated. And, yeah, we did it. I apologize. But Fiers is the guy that started this fire. And so now you're asked about it, and now you're going to stay quiet? Now you're not going to say anything? But why not, tough guy? I don't get it, Mike Fiers. I mean, if you're that tough, bro, you wanted to come forward. Well, why not come clean now? You got the stage. You're the one that did it. Or what is it, Mike? You've gotten a lot of crap since? Huh? Are the guys in your own locker room probably hating your ass also? How about this? When you walk by some corner, guys look and they stop talking when you walk by? Is that what's going on, Mikey? Huh? Huh, big man? Boy, you're a tough guy. You really want to rat on everybody else, but then when they ask you to talk about it, you shut up like a little bitch. Little bitch Mike Fiers. Huh? Is that what we should call you? The little bitch Mike Fiers. Is that what we should call you, Mikey? Boy, you're a real tough guy, bro. Yeah, you're really impressive, man. Boy, you're willing to rat everybody else out. But then when the heat's coming at you like a fastball, you're running to the dugout. Huh? You're hiding like John Crook against Randy Johnson in the All-Star game. Mike Fiers. Boy, the word cowardly and Mike Fiers' face should be right next to the word cowardly. Because that's exactly what happened. That's the moment right there, Mike. You should have stood up and said, this is what I witnessed, and this is why I came forward and talked about it, and I am embarrassed about being a part of this and all that. But clearly you're not. Or clearly Mike Fiers is getting some heat from other people already. What'd you find, a rat in your locker, huh, Mike? Is that what happened? You came by your locker room and there was a dead rat there? There was a plastic rat? Huh? Did Scott Mellenby come by and drop off a rat? What happened? You tell me, Mikey. Did the Latin player come by and say Chiva? Huh? What happened, Mikey? You tell me. Do they have like little bitch Fiers on your locker? I'm just wondering, dude, what happened to Mike Fiers? That's when I saw that. I was disgusted already. Okay?
We've seen these kind of things. What's the fastest way to get through and past and get it behind you? Address it.
Yeah.
Clear the air.
Yep.
You do that, and it's done.
Yep. And Mike Fiers
this guy's an idiot.
Mike Fiers should be asked about this every day for the rest of his career. And in fact, when he retires, I hope everybody that sees him on the street walks up, hey Mike, so talk to us about that cheating scandal. Hey, cheater Mike. Hey, we'll see Mike. Fake tough guy, Mike Fiers. I mean, really, you are a fake tough guy. You rat people out, but then when you really got to address it in public and all those cameras are on you, you froze, didn't you, dude? You got a little nervous, Mikey. But that's usually what little bitches do. They get nervous. Yeah. Mike Fiers. I tell you. That right there is the epitome. And a good reason why baseball, again, is going down the tubes. Players don't get anything, man. They don't get anything in baseball. They probably think their sport is thriving. They probably think their sport is exploding and it's going to be more popular than football in the next year. That's probably what they're thinking. Gutless Mike Fiers. I tell you. Let's see, what else do we have here on the YouTube chat board? I think a lot of it you guys are talking to yourselves here. Ty from the Bronx, Big O and Bill, a beautiful 66-degree sunny day in Mobile at kickoff, Big O. I like it. I like it. It was colder than that during the week, that's for sure. Let's see what else. Myron says, cheater Astros, Geico at least was honest. Geico? Yeah, Keiko. Okay, I got you. Honest, but at least Bregman are nothing but hypocrites. Yes, I would agree with that. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Sorry, Weasel move being a rat regarding the rest bod. The league also doing it. You're caught. You're caught. Just take it on the chin and move on again. It's New Jersey code in me coming out. I mean, he shouldn't have ratted in the first place. If you're part of that, you go down with it, bro. You don't rat people out. You don't do what Mike Fiers did. Sorry. Okay? You just don't do that. If you did the crime with everybody else, then shut the hell up already, man. You know, that's the one thing that I will not listen, I get it, it was wrong, but you don't rat everybody else out.
Those people that do that, it's about wanting to put the spotlight someplace else. Don't look at me, go over there. And it's be a stand-up person, man. You've been just own up to when it's done.
But this has nothing to do with being in the spotlight or anything like that for Mike Fiers, because you had to think that if you did this, you were going to be in the center of a monster controversy when it's all said and done. What is the worst is that they know they cheated, and Altuve Bregman called it ridiculous, and MLB made their investigation absurd. I agree. And baseball keeps going down the list of American sports. Hockey will take over soon for baseball. Hey, man, it might happen. You never know. Sorry, even Dallas is a weasel for throwing the rest of the league under the bus. You know what? Good point, George. Good point. It's you know what it is, George? He was man enough to admit that he screwed up, but then it is a weasel-like move to then say, well, it was going on in baseball, so we're just part of it, and now we need to sweep it under the rug and forget about it. No, dude, that it's not that easy. But, yeah, George, you're right. I think there's no doubt that at least he admitted, but there is still a little weasel in him. Yeah, no doubt. What's up, fellas? He's live and happy. I found the channel. He talks the truth. Shout out to the Big O and his gang. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. What else do we have here? Remember, you can reach out to us on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, which is 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side for the final kind of half hour of this hour before the casino manager, Steve Calabro, joins us from Hialeah Park. And when we come back, I got a little some I want to get into here on the program. A little Joe Burrow stuff that I want to get into. I still have Bill Self that I want to talk about. Kareem Hunt. Russell Westbrook is doing something he should have done a long time ago. Damn. A UM note. I'm going to end up with.
Listen. You know what? Can I say something, man?
I'm going to end up doing.
It is right now 2:40.
Right.
When we get out of this break, you're going to have all of 12 minutes. So are you like a speed talker or something?
Yeah, no, I won't be able to. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to leave all kinds of stuff.
You're going to be an auctioneer for us for a minute, man?
Yeah. But you can't complain. I've used most of the sound.
Yes, you have.
Okay?
Yes, you have.
Today I have used most of the sound.
You've done good like that, man.
No, actually, all of the, except for one now. We've only got one left.
I think it's Self, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the only one. But, yeah, lots of talk. I mean, this is 40 straight minutes here from the top of the hour to now.
Well, the other day you did the record. You did the 56-minute nonstop.
Once in a while, we'll do that.
You left to your own devices and just let you go. You'll go an hour and 20, an hour and 30.
Dude, in regular radio, it was like they're back there going, break. I would always screw up the format with all that because it's like, really, dude, we're talking for 8 minutes, and then we're going to give these people an 8-minute commercial break, and then we're going to talk for another 10 and another 8-minute break, and it's like, it's crazy. As a talk show host, I got to tell you, it is really hard to get a rhythm in regular radio. It's tough, man. Because commercials just kill it all. Really does. I mean, here, I talk here 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes on straight. It's the kind of stuff that you're not going to get anywhere else. That's why we tell you, the few breaks we do, the sponsors we do have, make sure you support them because it's the only way we're going to keep this thing alive. All right, we're coming to you live again from beautiful Hialeah Park. Let's take a quick break. I got to go to the little boys' room, and then we'll be back right here on the Big O Show live from Hialeah Park.
Plus tax tag title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit. Offers end 11/10/19. Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SCT, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodzie now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodzie can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
All right, welcome back. Live from Hialeah Park. And don't forget to go to the website, hialeahpark.com. Come on out here, man. You can wager on all the tracks at the Champions Simulcast Center. And we're out here at the second floor poker room, which captain's chairs and massage, food. It's just a great atmosphere.
Did I
It's
tell
really
you
cool.
how great my lunch was, man?
Oh, yeah. You had the churrasco again?
Churrasco with the scalloped potatoes and the red onions. And then the steamed vegetables. Oh, my God, man.
Always good.
Yes,
And,
sir.
And you can reach out on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. And we get one gentleman that says, "Oh, thank you for all the talk and very little commercials. It is amazing how you do it every day." And I don't know about amazing, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you listening constantly. I will say this, and not for nothing, but I'm I'm brutally honest. Most people that are in radio, including most of the hosts in this town, they can't do this. Most of them have to work with a co-host. Most of them need their producers to be chiming in 20, 30% of the time. Most hosts cannot talk by themselves and do a talk show like I do. It's very few people that can do this, where they can talk for 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour, and then usually they talk for a few minutes and they're searching and they're grabbing and they need something or whatever. I've noticed it. I've seen it because I've done it for a long, long time. And if you notice, in most radio shows, they use 2 and 3 people. Because it's very few talk show hosts that can actually drive a show by themselves and constantly talk and keep the conversation going, keep the thoughts going, all that stuff, get everybody involved and those kind of things. That's not an easy thing to do. Okay? And not that I'm special or anything. It's just been trained this way for a long, long time, since I've been doing it actually by myself. Forever. I've always done it by myself. You know what I mean? So I got no problem working with others, but it's just I've never had a problem actually carrying a show by myself and talking and guiding it from one subject to another. So I appreciate you noticing it. I appreciate you listening. But more importantly, I appreciate that you notice that we give you way more content than anything else that you're going to find on any kind of radio station in this town, to be honest with you. And the other thing I think, over most hosts is that I can talk anything. From football to basketball to baseball to soccer to fantasy, gambling, you name it, man. It doesn't matter. Music, whatever. I probably bring more versatility also than most people too, because I actually watch all the games. It's probably the difference too. Not enough people actually watch the games. That's really a real problem in our society when it comes to sports. People don't watch it. Well, you know what? In society in general, we go off the headline and we don't actually watch or read the article itself. Orlando watched Herbert on Senior Bowl recap show. He looked impressive. I didn't like him at all during the season. Nothing stood out except obvious physical tools. How much weight does a week at the Senior Bowl have a season in college? Very little to none. You kind of are what you are from your game film, but you can at least, if you're a lesser prospect, that you didn't have the big stage and you came here and then, or not here, but there to the Senior Bowl and you played with the best seniors in the country and you shined, that's a whole different ballgame. But if you're a guy that already plays in the Pac-12 or the ACC or the Big 12 or the, whatever, SEC, all that, you've already been on big stages your whole career, playing big games and big moments and national television. So you should be fine with this, and it shouldn't be a problem for you, and you should be excelling in those areas. He's a concern because of a lack of maturity. It's a real, and let me tell you, his footwork was a little questionable at times. The physical ability is not. That I would tell you.
Let me ask you, man, did you happen to see Lamar Jackson throwing at those targets? Was that not hilarious?
Oh, no, I did not. Targets, no.
It's one of those quarterback challenges.
Oh, like back in the day?
Crap. Yeah, their dodgeball crap.
Yeah.
Funny stuff during the Pro Bowl.
So was he missing them or something?
Bro, everything was a check down, and he was missing the check down.
He's not a passer,
It
bro.
was really, and the guy that was man, it was like, oh, we're down to a check down again, and he didn't hit the check down, and he's down to the check down again, and he missed the check. It was like horrible.
You suckers want to keep falling. I mean, the problem is, and I keep telling you guys this, we fall into this whole thing about him being a great kid. It's the same thing with Tannehill. Great kid. Tim Tebow, great kid. Lamar Jackson, great kid. Can we just say they can't play quarterback? That's all. They're athletes with the damn ball in their hands. There's no difference. None of them will become great passers.
Going to be a free agent. You've talked about him. Bridgewater, another one.
No, but he's not an athlete. He's actually a real passer.
But I mean, he's a good kid.
Oh, he's a great kid, yeah.
Yep.
Teddy's problem is that the good Lord did not bless him with incredible talent. He blessed him with a mind that is, NFL. That's the difference there. And that's where the difference is with Teddy Bridgewater. That's all. Teddy, man, if you put Teddy's mind in Lamar or Tanny or who's the other guy? Josh Allen. Who else? Tebow. All those guys would become like real quarterbacks. They would actually really become real quarterbacks. Teddy's problem is he doesn't have Lamar's talent. Teddy's problem is he doesn't have Ryan Tannehill's talent. You know what I mean? Tebow, he didn't have a great arm. He had a decent arm. Nothing great. But those other two guys I talked about, they got talent, man. Athletes will wow you because they're athletes. So when they make a great throw, it's not because they're a great quarterback or a great passer. It's because they're a great athlete, and every once in a while they're going to wow you. But those great athletes cannot pass on a consistent basis because they're never going to be passers. I keep telling you people that, and some of you keep falling for the damn banana in the tailpipe. I was laughing my ass off all year long on all the Lamar hype. Laughing my ass off at all of you with Tannehill. Laughing my ass off on Josh Allen. And I got the last laugh on all of you. And you know what? I'll keep getting that laugh because every time I see one of those guys that can't pass and I tell you they can't pass and you keep fighting me for years that they can pass, you end up on the wrong end. And it's gonna happen to me. One day I'm going to be wrong. But, dude, I have so many rights on my side already that I don't care about the day I'm wrong, okay? Because the percentage is going to be so much in my favor that who cares if I'm wrong 1 out of 100 times.
Oh.
But I'm still waiting to be wrong on those guys that aren't passers.
Isn't an MVP supposed to rise to the occasion, the big moment, and make the play?
It's a stat thing.
He choked.
They fell in love with the stats. It's not. No, he didn't choke.
In the big game, Tennessee?
No, he got exposed. There's a huge difference, Bill. Tony Romo chokes.
Oh, yeah.
Lamar, Ryan Tannehill
just got exposed for what they are.
And Josh Allen,
they are what they are.
They got exposed for what they are. They're not choking.
It's not choking. It's
no.
You just don't have it.
There's no choking in Lamar Jackson. That dude's a player, bro. It's just we're asking him to do something that he's not capable of.
Right now.
Right. That's it. I don't believe that Josh Allen is a choker either. I just think he's not a passer. And so the second you make any of those kind of cats a passer, you're done, bro. You're cooked. Michael Vick was the same way. He had to do it with his legs. 1 year, Andy Reid got him to 62%. That doesn't make you a great passer. And that's 1 year out of his entire career. Never was an accurate guy. Never was going to be. He was never going to sit in the pocket and beat you with his arm. That's the way it is. But we keep falling in love with these athletes, and we keep wanting to make them quarterbacks. Meanwhile, Tom Brady can't move, and he's killing you. Peyton Manning can't move, he's killing you. Drew Brees can't move, he's killing you. Russell Wilson will stay in the pocket and kill you and then move around and kill you. Pat Mahomes can sit in the pocket and assassinate you. And then he'll run outside the pocket and then slice you up like OJ and Brentwood. I mean, that's just the way it is. But those are real passers. Those are guys that actually know how to actually place the ball in the spot it's supposed to, leading the receiver. They don't make a guy stop like Ryan Tannehill does, to catch the ball, turn around, catch the ball, to then start up again. You know what happens then? A D-back comes and hits you because you gave him that half a second to catch up to you, because that's what this is. In college, like I always tell people, in college, the windows are sliding glass doors. In the NFL, they're bathroom windows. Because you just have that millisecond to get that ball there. And if you don't, it's over, bro. DB's there, safety's there, linebacker's there, and boom, and there's the tight end's career, and it's over. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Your mic's on. So, all of these things, it just, to me, it's just funny watching people fall for the same crap over and over and over again. And you keep imagining that this guy is going to turn into a real quarterback, but you fall in love. Like Dante Culpepper put up all kinds of stats early in his career. It wasn't because he was a great quarterback. It's because he had great weapons around him, and all he had to do was throw it in the vicinity. And Jake Reed and Chris Carter and Randy Moss would come down with it. Hell, Jim Kleinsasser helped him out a little bit as a big, ugly tight end.
Robert Smith in the backfield.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Forget about it. And then when he lost his knee, and he was young, he wasn't an old quarterback at that time. He only been in the league I want to say 7-8 years, something like that.
If that, yeah.
Yeah. So he was supposed to, but he lost his knee. He had the knee injury. He had no more mobility. Oh, so what happened to? Oh, he's not a real quarterback. Oh, I get it. He can't sit in the pocket and beat you. It's really amazing to me how, and the next athletic guy will come, and there'll be a group of reporters that will fall for it and start writing about it, and TV talking heads going crazy, and it's like, just look at the track record of the league. Look who ends up winning. On average, yeah, once in a blue moon, somebody will surprise you because the team is so good. But more often than not, the guy that's passing the ball is a real quarterback. That's why they're winning. These athletes, they never become good quarterbacks. Ever. Okay? None of them. One day it'll happen. I'm 53, and I'm still waiting for the athlete that turns into a great passer. Still waiting for it. It's never happened, but I'm still waiting for it. And when it happens, all right, we'll celebrate it one day. I can't wait for the day to be wrong. I'm looking forward to it. Because so far, man, I'm having a blast at your expense. I think Joey Bosa will give tips about Mahomes since they are in the same conference to Nick. So that Myron thinks to go Gators. Myron, you're such a blind-ass Niners fan that you're now making up stuff already that between the brothers, that's going to put you over the top. All right? Let me give you a little Super Bowl assessment here before we break to start hour number 5 of the program, shall I say.
Give us some credit, man. 5 hours, brother.
5 hours, man. That's truly amazing. Anyway, I like Kansas City in this game. Do you know why I like Kansas City in this game? The defense. The defense showed me something in that Titans game. They limited Derrick Henry to 7 yards rushing. They got tough. And I wasn't sure if Kansas City could do that. And I think they're going to be able to get tough against San Francisco. And if they can stop Derrick Henry, they can stop San Francisco's running game. And San Francisco's down to 2 running backs because Tevin Coleman's got that shoulder injury. He's not going to play this week. So they have 2 guys. I think Kansas City's going to do a number on that running game. They're going to look at Jimmy G, and they're going to say, you got to beat us. And then this is what happens now. Pat Mahomes, I think, can beat any defense out there. So if you're going to get in a shootout, I got to go with the better quarterback at this point in time. And I'm going to go Pat Mahomes because I'm a Jimmy G fan, but he has not put on a show, a dominant show like Mahomes has. Whereas I know Pat Mahomes can beat any defense, including San Francisco's, because he's that good. It's Marino's arm, it's Elway's legs, and it's today's game. He's got the best of all 3. Plus, I look at the talent that Mahomes has around him offensively, and I look at Jimmy G, and while, you know what, I can go the tight ends are a wash. At wide receiver, that's where Kansas City just blows them away. And nobody is Tyreek Hill. And that's where I think that becomes the difference in this game, that Mahomes and his weapons are better than Jimmy G and his weapons. And Mahomes has already proven to us that he is just a next world quarterback. Jimmy G's never been there yet. And you're going to wait till the Super Bowl to do that? That's going to be hard, man. That's going to be really, really, really hard. Over here, Stevie. So that to me, I just don't see it happening. I'm going to go strong with Kansas City this week. I love Kansas City this week. I really do. So there you go, Myron. I know that you're a Niners fan, but I'm going to disappoint you, and I'm going to go with Kansas City. Now, on a West Coast note, I'll be in San Francisco, Oakland area in April to watch Pearl Jam for 2 nights. So there you go. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll have a little fun. Steve Calabro, our buddy, the casino manager here at Hialeah Park. He was walking in, but he was walking in with kind of a limp. You know why? He's carrying all this money that he won from our trifecta from last week. You know, so we hit on it finally. And I got to tell you, he's got all the money on him right now. The dude can't walk straight. Everybody's looking at him kind of crooked in the casino because they're wondering, well, wait a minute, it's a casino manager. What's he walking around with all this money? And, you know, the winner, Steve Calabro, joins. Wait a minute. Hold on. What?
Steve called Brinks and had them.
You saw I came in with a bag, right?
Yes.
There's no computer in there. That's just filled with money. $100 bills. That was 3 for 3 we were last week.
Money.
First time we hit 3 for 3.
There you go. Finally. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk a little gambling when we come back right here on The Big O Show.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodsey now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodsey can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
Plus tax, tag title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit. Offers end 11/10/19.
Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used.
50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SET, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
All righty, welcome back. It is hour number 5 here at Hialeah Park. Big day today as we're enjoying a beautiful Saturday out here. And, of course, Steve Calabro, the, manager of the casino, joining us now on the program. Bill, why don't we get Steve's face in here so they can actually see something that looks half decent, because they got to look at my ugly ass all the time, and I don't think they want to really look at me. Steve's a much better-looking man than I am.
I don't know, Big O. All I can tell you is I'm smiling.
Okay, well.
I'm smiling.
Well, you should be. You should be
because
smiling.
of last week. Last week we were 3 bets,
you
3
cashed
wins.
in.
It was only 2 games.
I know.
Matter of fact, I was talking to my son. He goes, "What do you mean you won 3 bets? It was only 2 games." I said, "No, we bet the over, and we sweated out, and we won. That was a tough over bet."
Yeah. Well, Tannehill came through, bro.
I was going to say, Tannehill.
Your boy Tannehill.
When Tannehill hit that because, Tannehill's thing is the backdoor stats, dude. Trailing, he throws in a touchdown, he gets yards.
Touchdown, yeah.
I tweeted out at that time, time to pad those stats, baby. And when he got that touchdown, I was like, all right, Ryan, you got us the over. Because we were right at the number.
Because we had to get the
was
over
52.
was 53.
53.
And we had to get to 54 because it wasn't a half.
Right, and that touchdown put us over.
And so that put us over. So.
But I loved it. It was good. We went over, and it was fine. And, I mean, it went to a T exactly like I said it would.
But
it would get into a shootout, and that you would need a real quarterback, and Tannehill's going to crap in his pants at that moment, and that's exactly what happened. He crapped in his pants when you needed a real quarterback to beat you with his arm because he couldn't depend on Derrick Henry anymore. Bro, they limited Derrick Henry to 7 yards in that second half.
That was the game. That was the difference of the game.
That's why I'm picking Kansas City, because of that right there.
Look, I like Kansas City for a lot of reasons. I got to be careful of some of the reasons. Right? Some of the reasons I like it is obviously I think the passing game is an advantage. You know, on the coaching side, I think both coaches are very good. I think both, even though Andy's
but you got to go Reed
long-term,
because he's the guy, bro. He's been
Andy's
around
more
longer.
an emotional thing, like a heartfelt thing.
I'm just talking about experience. I'm just talking about what the guy that's proven most in the NFL is him over Shanahan. Any day of the week.
If you don't have a dog in the fight, I think most people are pulling for Andy Reid. It's the only thing this guy doesn't have.
But Shanahan's, he's young.
Oh, he's awesome.
But he's been around for a long time.
Awesome.
He's got the wisdom of his dad. His dad, you can tell.
Awesome.
I'm sure his dad and he are having multiple conversations.
Yeah, he's a
all
great
week,
young coach, man.
And so
great young coach.
That's a tough one there. That's a tough one. But
I got to give Reed the nod anyway because of the experience, man. We're talking about a guy that's been kicking ass in the NFL for 20
What was that?
years.
His seventh championship game.
Yeah, man.
That's
yeah.
I happen to have the pleasure of going to the last Super Bowl he was at. I believe it was the Eagles versus the Patriots in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you, I remember when they came out on the field, there was something noticeably wrong. And I was like, not the whole team didn't come out together, the Eagles. There was guys like Terrell Owens was hanging back, and Donovan McNabb was like in another planet. It was something was weird.
Those two relived their hate this week. I don't know if you know.
I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
But you need to go on social. You're not on social media, right?
Well, I'm on, but I work too. I work like 50 hours a week here.
Just Teal and just put Teal and Donovan on social media, and you'll see going back and forth and trashing each other. Because Donovan opened up a can of worms this week. He was on Untold Stories with Master Tesfastian, my buddy, which I will get Master on next week to talk about this. And he told and Donovan like trashed T.O. and he's the reason why we didn't go back to the Super Bowl. They broke up the Eagles, all that other stuff. And then T.O. was like, really? Yeah, did you talk about your DUIs and your spousal abuse charges and how about the things you were doing in my parties that nobody knows about? I mean,
boy!
And he was like, "Master, call me. I'll tell you some untold stories and all that." So,
wow.
So yeah, Donovan screwed up, and Donovan's a guy that should not be pointing fingers.
Yeah, not at all. Not even a little bit.
Even at T.O. Even at T.O., he shouldn't be pointing fingers.
Because both of them were not their same play. They weren't their regular selves on that Super Bowl. If you just talk about that one game, forget about their whole career and their life.
But Donovan has skeletons that T.O. doesn't have and never will have.
Yeah, that was bad. But
say what you want about T.O., dude. He's not a DUI. He's not a criminal. He's none of that. You could say he's been a locker room cancer and all that other stuff inside a football field. But outside of football field, he's been a perfect citizen like most of us, okay? So so when you're Donovan McNabb, dude,
yeah, be careful.
Yeah, it's
but see, Andy had to deal with those two guys, yeah. and unfortunately, it wasn't going to happen back 15 years ago. But this year, he's got a different group there. I think Mahomes knows understands how to get ready too.
With all disrespect. Instead of because when everybody says, hey, with all due respect, you're about to like slam somebody, right? So let's just do it this way, okay? With all disrespect, okay? Donovan McNabb is no Pat Mahomes.
Not even close. Not even close.
Don't forget it, bro.
Not even close.
Okay?
And Mahomes isn't going to be throwing up in the huddle. The whole 9 yards. So that's not going to happen.
Man, he's
so
deadly accurate.
that wasn't McNabb's first time throwing up. They actually have like a recording of Rohan Marley back with the Canes when they're beating him, and he says, "Look, he's getting sick. Let's get him."
Really? When he was in Syracuse.
Yeah.
When he's at
When he's at the Cuse.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's consistent then.
Yeah.
I mean, he's consistent. Let's give him that.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I'm just saying it. Just if you're McNabb, dude, don't stop, bro. Shut up.
So what do you think about this Super Bowl? Now,
I love the Chiefs. I love the Chiefs in this one.
So what about the over/under? I want to give you some information.
Come a little closer.
I called up my I talked to my son. My son's a computer engineer, computer science degree from Drexel University. They have artificial intelligence, all this kind of. They throw all kinds of numbers into the computer.
You tell him we're talking reality, right?
The artificial intelligence predicts everything. He says, he's got it all figured out, right? And he says the bet.
What, can he figure out the damn lottery numbers for me? Come on, if
he
he's
will.
that good.
We only
claims he will.
six.
He claims he will.
6.
He says the under is the bet. All the computer stuff, the artificial intelligence, all the stuff. He says the 54.
I like the under.
He said betting the under is the bet in his mind. Now, he also says, listen to this one. This one, he goes off the rail here a little. I happen to like Kansas City. He likes San Francisco. I don't know. Maybe it's just a father-son kind of competitive thing. I don't know.
His computer's got a virus.
No. The computer tells him that Kansas City is supposed to score 28 points, 28.9 points, and the Niners are going to score 18.8 points. I said, so why are you going with the Niners? All of your education, 6 years of education, all your whole career has been putting information into the computer. But he goes against the computer, and he likes the Niners. So I'm taking half of his advice. I love the under.
Yeah, no,
that's the
I like
best
the under.
bet I like in this whole mess.
Oh, I love Kansas City.
I like Kansas City too, but it's not a no-brainer.
I love Kansas City.
I think they're going to win. I'm rooting for them to win. I'm going to be at the game. My wife and I bought tickets. It's a bucket list for my wife. So I figured, let's do it. It's ridiculous. I have to take like a mortgage out to buy the tickets. It's ridiculous, but it's cheaper to go to Miami Super Bowl than to go to some, Arizona. I'd have to buy like $1,000 room hotel too. So her and I are going to have a great time. She's all about the Kansas City. We watched, she watched the games this past weekend. So I'm rooting for Kansas City. The computer says Kansas City, and I like the under.
That computer sounds like the computer in Willy Wonka. Yeah. Remember that when he asked the question? Ask me later.
No, the computer says 28 to 18 or 29 to 19. That's what the computer says. But my son is taking his heart. I don't know. He somehow loves he has this crazy logic. He says to me, he thought it was supposed to be Baltimore versus the Niners in the Super Bowl.
Right.
And he thinks that Kansas City got lucky because Tennessee beat Baltimore. If Baltimore had to play Kansas City, he says Kansas City wouldn't even be in the Super Bowl. That's his crazy logic, which is a little bit not too crazy.
Yeah, but it could be true. You just never know. But then again, Kansas City adjusted and shut down Tennessee's run. Who's to say they wouldn't have shut down Baltimore and forced them to
Henry
pass?
averaged, 160 yards the last 7 or 8 games?
We can't worry about that.
Look, in the end,
shut him down?
In the end, they did the same thing to both guys. They forced the quarterback to beat you with his arm.
Yeah.
And Lamar can't do that either.
The only thing, let's think about the Niners just for a second. Shanahan, I believe, this is just a theory I have. I'm still going for Kansas City. I think it's where my bet is. It's where my heart is. But I think Shanahan really purposefully was coaching last week's game and the next game. He wants people to think that Garoppolo can't throw. And I'll bet Garoppolo's not going to throw for 77 yards this Super Bowl. He's not going to throw for 300 either, but he's going to throw for way more than 77. He'll be in that 170 to 220 yards. And so it's going to be a different game. I think there was some coaching logic to that. Let's try a little something different this week. And then next week we're gonna throw a little passing at them. That's what I think. I also think that front four of the Niners, that's the real deal. That is the real deal. Bosa, Arik, these guys are really, they are the best. They are the best defense. So I'm not rooting for the Niners or anything, but if you go by defense wins championships, they do have a fabulous defense.
Yes.
So I'm still going with Andy Reid. My heart's in Andy Reid. My son's computer's with Kansas City, so I'm going with Kansas City. But I love the under. I love the under.
Yeah.
And maybe it should be a little larger bet on the under than the actual game. That's just a thought. What do you think?
To me, no, I'm with. I like everything that you're saying. I love Kansas City as much as I like the under. No, I actually like Kansas City a little bit more than the under. And I love the under bet. I think Kansas City is as close a lock as it is because of Pat Mahomes and the Jimmy G effect. I just talked about this before. Coleman's injured. I don't think he's going to end up playing this week.
No, he won't.
So they'll be down to 2 running backs. They did a great job this past week of shutting Henry down. I think they will shut the running game down, and they're going to go, you beat us, guy. And we know that outside of your tight end, you really don't have anybody else, whereas Kansas City has got the freak tight end, just like San Francisco, but they've got Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill's the difference.
And
Tyreek Hill is the fastest kid
you-
on the field. He's the fastest guy on the field.
Can't cover him.
Yeah, he is a difference. It's a shame that that Devin Coleman got hurt. I feel for the player. You know, I feel for the team too. But that gave him that multi-threat. Like you didn't know which running back was coming at you, Coleman or Mozart or Bria. So I think that does hurt San Francisco. And I think one of the game differences is going to be Tyreek Hill. I really think Tyreek Hill is the fastest human on that field of all the 90 guys suiting up that day, and that's going to make a difference.
Whatever side of the field he's on, your safety has to double. You have to.
Keep in mind.
Because that's 7 on your head.
Think about what Andy did. The other receiver, I think he's also the kickoff return guy and the punt return. I forget his name, number 17. He's supposedly, statistically, the fastest guy in the field. I think Tyreek Hill is faster and quicker, but number 17 is supposed to be like 100th faster in the 40. So now they got 2 speedsters. That's one of the reasons that Mahomes, obviously he's like, to me, he's like, being an old Giants fan, he's Fran Tarkington, but he's much faster, he's much smarter in this part in his career, and he's got a much better arm. So this is too bad Fran Tarkin didn't have a really strong arm back then, and I was rooting for him for years. But he's a scrambler that just makes things happen.
This guy has thrown passes, no looks across his body. All these things you're not supposed to do.
He threw it left-handed this year.
Yes. I mean, there isn't anything he can do.
Well, listen.
Can't do.
So the bets are sort of in, right? We kind of all agree on the bets.
Yes.
The Kansas City and the under, unless we're going to. Now, there's some crazy, crazy bets. We don't have to go through all of them. We can go through most of them. But these are the prop bets. Not all of the odds are out there yet. So it's going to be really next Friday before we get the odds on some of the prop bets. But, national anthem length, over under 119 and a half seconds.
I hit it last year. I went with the over.
But Debbie, what are you thinking? You're our anthem expert.
I don't listen to Demi Lovato music. Gladys Knight, she's my goddess. But Demi Lovato, I'm not really into kiddie music, so I don't know. And I don't know if she's going to milk it or not. But 119, I'm going to go over.
Going the over. I'm marking it down.
I'm going to go over on that because they usually like to milk it and, show off their voices. She's coming back from rehab, okay? And so I think she's going to want to show – I'm not joking here, guys.
Oh, she wants to show her whole –
she wants to prolong her –
I'm not
good theory. I like it.
I'm not going to make fun of her inebriation state or anything like that. I'm not going to say she's going to show up there all inebriated. Hey, and she's going to sound like Fergie. No, okay? I'm not doing that. But I'm saying I think she's going to show people like I'm back, I'm strong, and she's going to start holding some notes. Logic. So I'm going over 119.9 with Demi Lovato.
So the next one, I love your pick. I'm all on that. I'm with you on that one. The next one is not that we want to get too political. This is more of a sports time.
Okay.
But will Donald Trump tweet during the game?
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. You think?
Guaranteed. It's the Super Bowl. He knows people are watching. He loves the attention. He's going to congratulate a team.
But that's after. That's after.
Or I'm finished. Or during the game, somebody gets out coached or routing or whatever. Well, he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, that coach must be a Democrat or something." He'll do something like that.
It's my fault they lost.
This.
Yeah, so he'll take a shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, that coach is losing because I saw him hang out with Joe Biden's kid. He'll do something like that.
The egomaniac. All the attention is on the game. I want attention.
Yeah.
See, I think it's going to be after the game. I think it's going to be after the game. Now, remember, don't hold this against me. Don't any people listening to the podcast, please don't hold it against me. But I worked for him for 13 years.
Okay.
I was a senior vice president in his organization, so I kind of I've interacted with him many times, and I think he's going to wait till after the game.
Okay.
Right after the game, like not in the 60 minutes.
A millisecond after the game.
Yeah, when when the trophy's being given away, I think that's when he's going to say, hey, let
I
me
can
jump
see
in there.
I can see definitely that happening. But during the game, hells to the he can do that for sure. He can do that.
All right, the next one's a funny one too. Which commercial will appear first? This one is crazy. Is it Doritos or Snickers? What do you think?
I'm going Doritos.
I'm going Doritos all over.
I'm going Doritos. Because they've been more of the staple in the Super Bowl year in and year out than Snickers. Snickers has been in it, but I don't know if they've been in it every single year, whereas Dorito commercials are things that we have been, already like programmed with, whether it's a hot babe or a funny thing with Doritos.
All right, but next one. Which commercial will appear first, Budweiser or Coca-Cola? That's a tough one.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
I'm going to go Bud.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bud. It's football, man. I'm going Bud.
You think Bud first?
For sure. Sure. California and Washington, it'll be other Buds, but this one will be Weiser.
All right, the next one, I need some help here in this one.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to go to the game this year. And remember, kickoff is 6:40 or something around that in Miami. We all live here.
Right.
Miami temperature at kickoff over under 70.5.
Well,
it's going to be dark out.
Yeah.
Just about the sun will have settled.
Yeah, it's just
that's a tough one.
I'm going over on that. I think it'll get a little hotter by next week. We're all getting misled because of what's happened the last couple days. It's not a hot day again today.
3 days ago was ridiculous.
That means we're going to get the opposite next week. So we'll have a nice 73 on that evening. Low humidity, but 73, and I'm going over.
So I'm not wearing long sleeve.
No.
Based on you.
No.
Right, so I'm going. All right, so we're going over on that one.
Yeah,
all right,
over.
Just want to know what to wear.
Over.
This next one's too easy.
Projected weather channel. 55 for a low, 72 for a high.
What did I say?
Yeah,
but
look,
it's
6:40
dude,
PM.
72 high. That's at 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon. By 6:40, the sun goes down. It may be that 70, 69.
I'm going opposite since it's terrible to predict weather anyway. So I'll go opposite of that.
I think it's the under.
They had us under a monsoon on Friday at the Senior Bowl, and we ended up getting drops. Okay?
You know what's funny? Today at 6 o'clock, it's supposed to be 72 degrees.
Oh, really? So
at 6 today.
That's the over. So I'm saying under on that one. Who will be mentioned first by the broadcasters? Tom Brady or Joe Montana? I love Brady.
Oh, Brady.
Come on,
sure, Brady.
Talk about Brady and
Montana's dated already, dude. Yeah, Brady's still fresh.
Well, the 49er thing, is a connection a little.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, that will be mentioned right in the open.
That's what I'm saying. So they might be saying the last time they won.
That's not the game.
Are you
right?
Are you talking about all the broad?
I don't know. This is a prop bet. I don't know.
10 hours of broadcasting
by the broadcaster.
prior?
It's got to be during the game. It's got to be during
by the casters.
That's
so I'm gonna go Brady.
All right.
I'm gonna go Brady just for the hell of it because it says sportscasters.
I love over/under bets. Right. The next one is
they won't mention Montana until he's close. Well, they could
if they're
towards the
win,
end of the game and they're about to win. He's about to join Steve Young and Joe Montana as the only Niner quarterbacks.
Or pregame. The Niners are here. They haven't won since Joe Montana days and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But
I think during the game they're going to say, ladies and gentlemen, we're about kickoff, and this is one of the few Super Bowls in the last few years that Tom Brady's not in it. And boom, right? You know what I'm saying? One of those deals.
Did you see what Brady said about Eli?
That was great.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
It was great.
I loved it. It was honest.
Yeah, very honest.
It was great, dude.
Wish you didn't win too.
Yeah, I wish you didn't win any Super Bowls. He said, obviously, which is
because you beat me twice.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I think that's great.
I love over/under bets, and this might be one of my favorite. The over/under 3.5 commercials with dogs.
I hope it's over because I love dogs. Can't get enough of dogs. So I'm
going under.
I hope every commercial has dogs.
He goes on the over, and I'm on the under on that one.
No. I'm with you. I'm going under.
You're going under now. Wait, you just switched on me.
No. I told you what I would want.
Oh, that's okay. All right,
Okay.
you're under.
I always take my heart out of all this crap because you got to be objective. What I want is dogs in every commercial because dogs are the greatest thing in mankind because they are our best friends. But I'll go under there on the dog one.
So which coach will be shown first during the national anthem? So I think that's going to be Andy Reid.
Yes, for sure.
You know, plus it's the home team.
Senior guy too.
Yeah,
out of respect.
Yeah, you would think that's Andy Reid.
I would. In fact, that looks like the easiest bet out of all of them right now. Like I guarantee you they're going to show the walrus before they show the kid.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
Here's another over-under.
Remember, this is the only thing he needs for his resume. Andy Reid doesn't need to prove to anybody anything.
He's still a Hall of Famer, even if he doesn't win.
No,
this
he's
game.
a first ballot Hall of Famer, whether he wins or he doesn't. In my book,
but this completes his resume.
This is what he needs. I mean, it's like Marino. He left without the one thing he needed in his cabin. He achieved everything else, but all that stuff doesn't mean as much as that one trophy.
Did you see what Peyton Manning said? Talking about Marino.
Oh, yeah. One of his favorite quarterbacks to watch.
His favorite quarterback besides Dan Marino.
He's always been like that, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had that much.
Back in the day, remember when he first started his career, Marino was still playing.
Yeah, see, I didn't realize that he had that much. I know he's been at Marino events.
Right,
Marino Foundation golf tournaments. I've seen him there. And I just didn't know he was that much of a fan of Dan Marino.
Oh, man, Marino was his guy, dude. I think he started. What year did he start? I want to say it was like Marino's last year, or second to last year. Look up what year Peyton Manning started. But I want to say it was like right at the end of Marino's career, and so I think somehow or another, I think they played a game. Man, man, it's been so long. I want to say I covered a game with both of them.
They probably played. I'm sure they did.
I don't know.
Not in the same division, all, but they could have played.
No, we did play in the same division with the Colts. It was always the Colts in Miami.
The Colts. That's right. Yes.
The Colts were, so but I don't know if they were. No, I think they were already gone by then. What year did he start?
I don't think they were in the same division like we used to be. No, that had already been separated.
Well, what year did he start?
Peyton Manning reference. We're looking at first season.
Oh, he probably.
What is this?
I either covered a game or they were both.
98.
All right, so that's his second to last year because I think Marino's
so
99.
2 years at the end.
I want to say 99. So I want to say there was something about. I think they played against each other. I want to say I covered that game and everything.
When Indianapolis went to the other division, we did continue to play.
Yeah,
them,
no, of course.
Kind of like the way the Bears and Tampa
they're
still play.
Here every once in a while.
Those ones that left, they still do play.
Yeah. No, definitely. No doubt. I think I remember that.
We got one more over-under crazy bet.
All right, let's do it.
Longest penalty in the game, over or under 16.5 yards. I say I'm going over. It's going to be an interference.
Oh, yeah, because it's an interference penalty. Yeah.
I want to bet that one.
Yeah.
You know, I hope it doesn't determine the outcome of the game, but it seems like almost every game's got one.
Will there be a banner stating Epstein didn't kill himself?
How about the penalties on kickoffs?
Wait a second. Maybe we should get a collection together and get the banner out there. Come on, you know he didn't kill himself.
Right.
I mean, everybody knows it.
Yeah.
The world knows it.
Oh.
There's like 20 guys breathing like a sigh of relief, like, holy crap, I would have been in.
Only 20?
Well, whatever. There's at least 20 top level guys that are, probably rulers of nations type of thing.
Do you know how much money was involved in that thing, bro?
Oh, man. And by the way.
And they bought everybody out. And
the guards fell asleep. And they turned. And by the way, the cameras deleted themselves.
The best part is those guards are going to be walking the beach one day and like a bale of $400 million is going to land on them. And they're just saying, hey, we found this money. Oh, you found that money, huh? You found that money, huh?
Believe me, Epstein had more dirt on guys. It would have been really rough. It would have been interesting to see, though, if he was. I'm kind of.
Oh, it would have been great to see him come out, bring the dirt, come out and get all these dirty bastards that are hiding behind the scenes. It would have been awesome. if we would have caught these guys. Yes. No, there's no
so
doubt.
you think there'll be a banner at the Super Bowl or not?
I would say yes. Yeah, I would say
I'm
it.
hoping. I'm
Definitely,
hoping yes.
Definitely. I'm sending Bill to do it, bro. He's going to do I'm going to go to Vegas in bed. Bill's going to put the sign up, and we're set.
And listen, there's a bunch of
I can go buy a ticket for the Super Bowl right now if I wanted to.
Why don't you do it?
Yeah, I should do it. And that way I'll bet 10 times whatever that ticket is that Bill goes to.
No.
That's a plan, right, Bill?
Here's
You
the
say
plan.
you go to the Super Bowl, you hold up the sign, and then I go to Vegas and I bet, and we win.
There you go. You go for free.
Let's clean it up.
There's a plan right there. Anyhow, there's a bunch of other bets, too. Like the team with the longest kickoff, the opening kickoff will be a touchback. There's tons of them. I think that's for next week, though.
Okay.
We'll pick out the 10.
And, of course, there is Wayne Gretzky's wife's favorite.
What's that? Coin toss.
Coin flip.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best odds bets, right? It's 50-50.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
50-50. It's so – although, I think
It probably
there's-
doesn't pay much, dude.
What did she?
No, it doesn't.
What
It
did
doesn't
she?
pay it.
Did she? But was it $500,000 or $1 million?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, but when you got that kind of money, then it'll pay for you. But if it's us and you're like betting $50 and you're not getting that much back, it's not that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get better odds than some of these other ones than you will that one.
Listen, from a gambling standpoint, I had the pleasure of meeting Wayne Gretzky when we opened up an All-Star Cafe at Taj Mahal when I was working there, and I got a nice little puck signed, gold Sharpie, Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky and his wife, man, they are players. They know how to play gamblers.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're not afraid to bet it.
Janet Jones is her name? Is it Janet Jones?
I just remember her. I can remember her in the baccarat pit, and they weren't afraid to make wagers. They were
what was her name?
were big bettors.
She was a hot wasn't she an actress?
Yeah, Wayne's actually more of a bettor. Big better.
I believe
better,
that.
and a good blackjack player, betting thousands a hand and doing very well and
Didn't
could afford it. He wasn't betting
a
over
bunch
set or
of
anything.
hockey players have like a little gambling situation?
Some of them, I don't know. They look,
pretty big.
He was betting
Bro,
within his means, though.
that's
I can tell you that.
All athletes bet, Bill. Trust me.
True.
I've been in locker rooms. They all are gambling.
Michael with the Skins games.
They all gamble, bro.
on the golf course.
I'm not
Pete
gonna
Rose,
tell you-
Pete
I'm not-
Rose, come on.
I'm not going to tell you 100% of them, but I'm going to tell you that a majority of that locker room gambles. And I'm not just saying that it's sports. I'm just saying dominoes and cards and
yeah, sure.
They're athletes,
like,
bro.
And they like competition.
They're
Gambling
athletes.
is somewhat of a competitive thing.
That's all it is.
Yeah, they just want to compete.
That's all it is. It's
and
not
win.
it's not a thing about that they've got this gambling addiction. They have a competitive addiction.
Yeah, they want to compete and they want to win.
That's all it is, man. And I've seen it in locker rooms, and it's about the bragging after, and they win, and they rip on each other and all that. It's not the thing that you think.
So
you know
I have
what I'm saying?
on that note. I'm going to end with this. I have something for you about gambling. I went on the website, the Florida website, and I verified that for the last over 3 years, about 3.5 years, here at Hialeah Park Casino, we have the best payouts in our slot machines in the state of Florida. I'm challenging anybody in the state. You on that comment. I went on the Parimutuel site.
It's all verified.
It's all verified there. I know that the Hard Rock is like cruise ship, paybacks where you get ripped off in about 10 minutes. So I know that's not a good payout place.
That's a fact.
And so I just want your listeners to know, Hialeah Park, best payouts in the slots. Doesn't guarantee you're going to win, but it keeps you, it gives you better odds. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about gambling, a place where there's a fair set of odds. I've said it for years. I can't wait to have sports betting here in Florida.
Oh, it's coming.
And I think it's going to happen.
It'll take us a while, but we'll get it eventually.
We'll get there. But so I just want to let everybody know, not only do we have the greatest high hands here in poker, but we got the best payouts in slots. It's that simple. And on the 21st, we're giving away $25,000 in cash. March 21st, not February. You earn entries all February and the first 3 weeks of March, and we're giving you $25,000. Dead presidents.
So come on out here, enjoy all the gaming action in a non-smoking casino. So that is a beautiful thing in a non-smoking casino. You won't have somebody blowing smoke in your face. So come on out here to Hialeah Park, and who knows, you might be winning some big Monet.
By the way, 100% correct, sir. Janet Jones, and she is an actress.
Okay, there you go, Janet Jones. I like it.
And a hell of a gambler.
Yes.
And a good one.
Yeah, she was smoking.
That was a huge story when they did that coin flip thing. It was like, what?
They like to gamble. But anyhow, guys, nice seeing you. We'll
Steve,
see you
thank
next
you
week.
as always, my brother. Appreciate you, and we will see you next week. We'll be back on Friday. We're back on track
Next
on
Friday,
Friday.
maybe-
No Senior Bowl.
Maybe we'll make a couple of these odd, who's the first
Yes.
touchdown, who's going to have the most, running yards, passing yards, just some crazy ones.
Yeah,
We'll have to pick a
I'm
couple.
actually I'm on Sirius on Mad Dog channel, which they're carrying the Super Bowl, leading up to the Super Bowl. I'm doing 3 to 6:25. So
Oh,
it's
nice.
Gonna be a fun show next Sunday on Sirius.
Great,
Mad Dog.
enjoy.
Yes, sir. All right, Steve.
Thank
You're
you.
the best. Thank you, my
Take
brother.
care.
Thank you, Steve.
Steve Calabro out here at Hialeah Park. Go to the website, hialeahpark.com. Let's take a quick break. Back with more when we come back. On the other side, we do our trip around the world every Friday. Today it's Saturday, where we talk to a different Dolphin president. Well, George Vesens from Miami Dolphins Fans of Phoenix. He is the president. He is up next. We talk a little Dolphins football with George next.
Plus tax tag title. It includes $8.99 dealer fee on approved credit offers and 11/10/19.
Over 1,500 Toyotas are on the ground, and truckloads of new 2020 Toyotas just keep on coming. To eliminate all 2019 models, Toyota of Hollywood is holding the ultimate 2019 model year changeover event. Make us an offer, any offer, and you can buy a Toyota at up to 50% less than their original MSRP when new and used. 50% less. A pre-owned 2019 RAV4, not $30,000, $19,775. A pre-owned 2019 Camry LE, not $26,000, $17,775. A pre-owned 2019 Corolla LE, not $22,000, $12,775. Pay up to 50% less at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer, based on total retail sales of new Toyotas in the Southeast region for 2014 to 2018 per SET, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Act now. Home values are ticking up. Don't put off making a move any longer. Call Michael Kodsey now at Choice Mortgage Bank, 561-441-2730, while mortgage interest rates are still at historical lows. Call now to get pre-approved and buy your dream home. If you're currently paying over $800 a month for rent, call 561-441-2730 now before interest rates go up. Down payments as low as 3.5%. Veterans may qualify for no money down. If you own a home, but you're upside down, Michael Kodsey can help. If you're being denied by your bank or your loan process is taking too long, call 561-441-2730. Act now while fixed rates are still under 3.5%. Offices in Boca and Boynton Beach. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 122081.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The world's biggest band is coming twice. Metallica. Headlining the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival. 2 different nights, 2 different sets. The weekend of May 8th through the 10th. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com for all information. Get your tickets on sale right now. The one, the only Metallica. Go to welcometorockvillefestival.com.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
We are back here, headed down the home stretch. We're going to talk to Jorge Vicens from Miami Dolphins Fans of Phoenix every Friday, which is when we're normally here, Fridays 1 to 4. But today we pushed it back because of the Senior Bowl. We were out all week out there at the Senior Bowl. So they were kind enough to accommodate us and push it back to Saturday. And at this time, we normally go around the world and we talk to different Dolphin presidents from their Dolphin clubs. And Jorge Vicens is the president of the Miami Dolphins Fans of Phoenix. Yes, that's right. Dolphins are all over the world. And Jorge Vicens is kind enough to join us now to talk a little Miami Dolphins. Jorge, how are you doing, my man?
I'm good. How are you today?
I am doing great, my brother. Cannot complain. So tell me, how did you become a Dolphin, my brother?
Oh, man. So I guess you could say I was about 8 years old, and I grew up kind of a contrarian, and I didn't like to go with the crowd around me. So my parents had a barbecue at someone's house for the Super Bowl. It was the Redskins against the Dolphins. And I cheered for the Redskins. I was like this little 7-year-old punk going, oh, everyone's cheering for the Dolphins. I'm going for the other team. And at the end of that game, you know how that went. And everyone was really upset. Everyone was all like booing me. And people really took it personally. And that kind of affected me because I was like, man, maybe that wasn't such a good move. So actually the next year, I decided to root for the Dolphins and not be the little contrarian jerk. And 2 years later, you know, I'm crying over Dan Marino's loss in the Super Bowl in '85. So I definitely had my little come up since then, and I've been a fan ever since. Season ticket holder maybe for like 8 or 9 years, and then I found myself in Arizona a few years ago.
That's an interesting story. It's almost like you were shamed into being a Dolphins fan. That's awesome.
Kind of, yeah. I just, I woke up. I wasn't really into sports until a little bit later. So, you know, that's right around the time you sort of start paying attention. So I was,
I would imagine that Marino kind of like really lit a fire into your desire of being a Dolphin, right? Because, you know,
exactly.
I mean, I was a Dolphin way before Marino, but still, Marino really lifted us. I know that they didn't win a championship, but man, it was so prideful, a prideful thing to watch Dan every week. It was just one of those.
And I'll tell you what, he was an incredible ambassador for the Miami Dolphins because, and this is what I'm learning now as an adult, you know, I'm 44 years old. I came out to Arizona around 40. And, you know, I wanted to find the crew. I was like, man, you know, the Dolphins travel pretty well. There's got to be fans out here. So let's see what's going on. And that's one thing that fascinates me about meeting people. Because, you know, it was hard for me to imagine people being Dolphin fans that didn't grow up in Miami. And I didn't put it together really that Dan Marino was such a star in the late 80s that he got a lot of TV time. And, you know, people who grew up watching football but didn't necessarily have a team, a lot of them are Dolphin fans. And that's what I'm finding out here in Arizona. You know, I meet a lot of people who, you know, they never went to Miami or didn't grow up in Miami, and I was always like, wow, so how did you become a fan? and it's usually, either they had like a father or something that taught them in the 70s and 80s, or they just saw Dan Marino on TV and the Cardinals weren't around yet. So go figure.
Yeah. No, I was talking about Eli Manning earlier and how he, felt, that Mara said, hey, once a giant, always a giant. And he said, only a giant. And I tell Dolphins, I said that this morning, that, you should be grateful because Dan takes a lot of pride in being a Dolphin. And
yeah, he sure does. And we're very lucky.
He was 50 yards away from me. I saw him several times at the Senior Bowl this week and said hi to him. And so I told, so he's there because he's helping the team. Trust me, it's not because he needs the check that they're paying him. He doesn't really need that check. If he wanted to just be here, hitting 18 holes and hanging out, he could easily do that for the rest of his life. He's made more than enough money. He's there helping the Dolphins try to find that next quarterback because he freaking cares and because it means something to him to wear that uniform. And that's something that you got to appreciate. And we all got to hope that they can find that next quarterback, Jorge, that can, carry the torch and care about being a Dolphin.
Yeah, I got to say, I used to joke about it, but, every year I would get excited and I'd fall into this trap of getting excited about my team and being optimistic forever and whatnot. But this year I actually really do feel different because it's the first time I've ever felt like, a coach is really, a motivator and someone who gets the team, organized in such a way that they're not getting flagged a lot. And to me, that's a really big, tell that Flores really has these guys, buying into the system. And on the other side, we have all this draft capital and all this money to spend. And it's like we're rich in all of these things other than a quarterback. I get it. But we're rich in a lot of things right now, and there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of reason to be optimistic, I think, this year. So I'm excited, and I'm going to be part of this huge entourage at my very first NFL draft, which would be awesome because we found out it was in Las Vegas, which is just 4 hours from Phoenix, from our club. So yeah, we're going to drive down there, and a whole bunch of us, and all stay in a hotel together. It should be a blast.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I can't wait for Vegas. Vegas is going to be a lot of fun for all of us. So we're all going to get together. And, like I've said before, Jorge, this might be the watershed moment of when we hopefully see the Dolphins get back to being, really good franchise, hopefully competing for a championship down the line. I'm hoping that we're all going to look back to, hey, man, that year of 2019 where they tore it all down and got all those picks, and then the following year started to build this thing up. That was the moment, you know what I mean? Because
well, look, that's how Jimmy did it. No one was happy with Jimmy when he dismantled the 8-8 Cowboys or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah.
So you never know. And from our lips to God's ears, maybe this will be the year we start to turn it around and get back to that proud winning that we were so used to. God, it's just, we used to be like the most winningest team in sports, and it's like, those days are long gone right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you there, and the best part is that if we get to see this moment like this, and we're all part of it, at the draft and all of that's just going to reflect so much more for all of us. And it's going to make us feel a lot better about this team, and that's something that I finally have. And look, I told a lot of people I was looking forward to this past season, and people were telling me, how the hell can you look forward to this season? And I said, why? Because there's actually a method behind the madness now. For 20 years, I've been ripping this team for doing stupid things after stupid things. To me, this is what makes sense. And now in hindsight, after this year's gone by, I bet most Dolphins would say, hey, you know what? This season wasn't that bad after all because they ended 5-4. you now see some light at the end of the tunnel. You're now starting to see that the culture maybe is in place. Now you start to bring more talent in here. It looks better. I think a lot of people feel better about the Dolphins right now than they did in that first month after all the trades and all the changes and those first 2 games where they lost by 1,000 points.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, everyone was it's you want to give Flores a chance, but I got to say 6-7 games in, you're starting to scratch your head like, I hope this is going to work out, and then we just started seeing these signs, these little flashes of brilliance, here and there with nobody's. Like I kept looking up and I'm like, who are these guys? Who's playing? Who's this guy?
Right. Yeah.
And, it's just been awesome. So, if that's just a sign of things to come, imagine what he can do with a whole bunch of first rounders,
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Now, so tell us a little bit about the Miami Dolphins fans of Phoenix, Jorge. When did you start this?
Yeah.
How did you kick this off? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I was, living with my girlfriend at the time and starting a family. I was living on Miami Beach, in about 2015, and we decided to move out here for various reasons. And it was a summer when I got here, and I was like, man, I don't want to watch football games alone. That's kind of boring. So the first thing I did was I noticed that there's a lot of bars that belong to other teams. Like, they have fan clubs there so long, I guess, that they became part of the bar. And so there's like a Steelers bar, a Packers bar, a Bears bar. And I'm like, oh, where's the Dolphin bar? So I started looking around. And, of course, there was nothing close by, and there wasn't really any groups. Meetup.com didn't have anything that I could find. So I was like, well, it's time to start one. So let me see what I can do. And, I put out a little meetup. And, the first year we were like a core group of like 3 or 4 guys every single week. Sometimes it would be like 6 or something like that. But it's always been just kind of a small core group. And then people would come in and out. And over years, we just kept growing it and kept growing it. We found a great bar in just north central Phoenix that they gave us a room with sound, and they have food, and it's just a perfect place for the size of our group, which probably is on average like 6 people every week. Okay. Sometimes a little less, and sometimes a lot more. But I have a feeling that once the Dolphins start regaining that winning tradition, I think people are going to come out.
Yeah, the bandwagon will grow. Yeah.
Yeah, people, everyone's always willing to watch a game, but I understand you're going to a bar every week. You're probably spending like $30, and not everyone wants to spend $120 a month or whatever watching the Dolphins on TV. But I do it. I'm there every week. There's a few other guys that are there every week, and then we're really happy to see people just come in and we catch up, and we see them like a month later or something. It's been really fun, and that's just so much fun to watch with new people and just get to know them and find out how they became Dolphin fans. That's always my first question, how did you get in this? Are you from Miami or what? And a lot of guys are from Miami. They grew up there, or they spent a long time there.
So, Jorge, how many times do you travel to see the team? Do you do it once a year? Do you do it once every 5 years? How do you guys do it?
Yeah, well, we don't travel together. We're not at that point yet where we're so tight where we'll do that. But I have not seen the Dolphins in probably 3 or 4 years live, so I'm really excited about this year coming up. Because they're going to be out here.
So I'm going to see you out in Vegas for the Raiders game, because I'm going. We're going back to Vegas for that Raiders game.
And the Cards.
Yeah,
and the Cards. So I'll be at both.
I know Bill and I are hoping that they play some of those West Coast games on a back-to-back set, so we kind of stay out.
Oh man, that would be cool.
Right, so we stay out for a week. So we go to either I think they're playing the Raiders, the Cardinals. Are they going to play who else?
I think the Niners, if I'm not mistaken.
The Chargers and the Niners, right? I think, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they're all over the West Coast, but not all the games are out here.
No.
I know the 2 that I'll go to are the Cardinals and Raiders.
Yeah, definitely. That would be pretty cool. I hope I can do. I wouldn't mind the Raiders and the Cards being back-to-back, because that way we could do a little Grand Canyon too in between. So that
absolutely, yeah. We were talking about maybe hosting a group out there to do something like that. Arizona has a lot of beautiful sites.
Yes.
Sedona, Flagstaff.
I've been there.
There's all kinds of rock formations all over the place. There's a lot of cool stuff if we do happen to have that off week where people can make a trip out of it.
I've been out there. I'm amazed at how clean Phoenix is, how nice the highways are. It's pretty cool. I've been there. I like that place. And hey, man, you guys do it. We'll broadcast from there. So
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
That's kind of what we next year. We're gonna go to the MetLife Takeover. We're gonna try to do several of the Dolphin events next year and broadcast right from the center of those events. So we'll have a little.
That sounds great, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So Jorge, what do people have to do so we can support the Miami Dolphins fans of Phoenix and join your club?
Sure thing. Anyone who wants to reach out, just to chat in our board, or if you live near Phoenix and you want to stop in next year, that'd be awesome. We have just a Facebook page right now, and it's basically called Miami Dolphins Fans of Phoenix, Arizona. But if you put like facebook.com/groups/Phoenix Fins fans, that's Phoenix with PH, Fins with F, and then fans, you'll get to our page as well. But you could probably just search for it. It's easier.
There you go. Good stuff there.
Right on.
Jorge, man, great conversation, my brother. And I'm glad that you're on board the Dolphin bandwagon, and I'm glad we'll see you in Vegas. So hopefully you'll be out at Tommy Rockers with us for the broadcast at times out there and enjoy a little bit of that Dolphin coverage.
For sure. I'll bring my boy by, and we'll have a fun time out there.
I'm looking forward to it. Jorge, thank you for taking some time, my brother. We really appreciate it.
All right, Big O.
You got
Take it easy, buddy.
Be good.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
There you go, man. Jorge Vicens, Miami Dolphins fans of Phoenix. He is the president of that Dolphin club, and he just gave me. I hope it is the Raiders and then the Cards back to back. That'll be cool because we can go out there for like a week, pop in like Saturday, right before the Raider game, or the Cardinals game, whichever one is the one first and the other, and then leave on the Monday after the following Sunday.
Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, Denver. That's that division.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what the order is of the schedule. I don't know how they're going to do it, is what I'm saying. So I don't know which ones they're going to.
And I thought San Francisco was in play.
Yeah, but is it here? It's what he said. Remember, they're not all on the road.
Right, of course.
So that's why That's why I want to see a schedule and see what the hell is going to go on and how they're going to put it in what order. Because I hope they don't like a West Coast game, then they come back for a couple East Coast, then another West Coast game, a couple back, and then no. I hope they tie two of their West Coast games together,
like they did a couple years ago.
Yeah,
right?
Man, the Rams and the I forgot what it was. It was Rams and something else because I was pissed because I couldn't go to the Rams game myself.
Was it the Rams Chargers?
It might have been Rams Chargers. But I wanted to go to the Rams game specifically because it was in the Coliseum, and I wanted to see Dolphins-Rams in the Coliseum. I did at least get to do the bucket list, but it wasn't Dolphins. It was Rams Seahawks, which was actually a really cool game. There were a lot of Seahawks fans in that stadium. I mean, that stadium holds 4 billion people, dude. It's so huge.
What's it, 100 and
something? Yeah,
110.
Yeah, and they've eliminated some seats because they've added some luxury stuff, so I think they've eliminated it. So I don't know how much more, if they're still at 100 or just under it. But yeah, they've done that. And I know they've done a lot of improvements to that stadium too now because they're trying to keep it up for USC, obviously.
I was out in front of it, took pictures of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or USC was right down the street, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely not the neighborhood that like UCLA was in.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Well, I left a lot of things on the table, but we'll talk about them tomorrow, and we'll add more to it tomorrow on the program. Tomorrow we'll be back on the air, 11 to 3. We'll have a full 4 hours for you live from Toyota of Hollywood. All right, so we'll have a lot of fun out there at Toyota of Hollywood. So if you happen to be in the area, 1841 North State Road 7. Come on by and join us out there at Toyota of Hollywood. On behalf of the Brunetti family, Frank Fiore, Steve Calabro, all the great people out here at Hialeah Park, always supportive. We love them for always supporting us every single week out here. Bill, as always, excellent work by you. John Cassio, our other producer, as always, doing great work. Most of all, we thank all of you out there for watching, for listening, for downloading. We love you for it. As always, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, same bat channel. Be good out there.
Have a good one, guys.